Watson, a 6'2", 190-pound senior. Quarterback C.J. Zuniga, 5'8", 180, a sophomore. And the running back is Colin Parker, 5'7", 165-pound senior. That is the probable starting lineup for the Albertville Aggies, coached by Adam Weingarten. Now your starting lineup for the Boaz Pirates on defense. At Jack is Noah Ford, a 6'2", 200-pound junior. At defensive tackle, Jaden Durden, 6'2", 235, a senior. At nose tackle, Maximus Rosario, 5'10", 265, a junior. Defensive end, Peyton Knight gets the start tonight after playing well last week, 6'2", 220, a sophomore. The star is Mac Thompson, 5'10", 175, a freshman. At Mac linebacker is Drew Patel, 5'8", 160, a senior. At dollar linebacker, Braden Bennett, 6'1", 190, a senior. Boaz averaging 240 pounds across the defensive front, and they outweigh the Albertville offensive front by 4 pounds on average. We'll see if that comes into play. At cornerback for the Pirates, Demir Martinez, a 5'10", 175-pound senior. Free safety, Dayton Porter, 6 feet, 175, a sophomore. At strong safety, Cooper Horton, 6 feet, 175, a junior. And at cornerback, Levi Tucker, a 5'11", 150-pound senior. And that secondary is going to be tested tonight. On the offensive side of the ball for the Pirates, the ex-receiver is freshman Jay Patterson, 5'11", and 160 pounds. At left tackle, Dawson Roden, 6'3", 240, a junior. At left guard, Ronnie Saneres, 5'10", 280, a senior. At center, Jason Duke, 6'2", 300-pound senior. At right guard, Mason Gaither, 5'10", 200, a junior. At right tackle, Braylon Underwood, a 6'6", 280-pound junior. The Pirates average 260 pounds across the offensive front. They outweigh, on average, the Albertville defensive front by 80 pounds. So we'll see again if that comes into play. The Y receiver is Jackson Taylor, 6'3", 190, a junior. The H receiver, Dayton Porter, 6 feet, 170, a sophomore. At Z receiver, Sage Bennett, 5'11", 150-pound junior. At quarterback, Bo Bennett, 6'1", 150, a freshman. And at running back, Presley Fant, a senior at 6'1" and 220 pounds. That's the probable starting lineup for the Boaz Pirates, coached by Luke Pruitt in his first season at Boaz. This is the 890th game in Boaz football history, 383 wins, 484 losses, and 22 ties. And we are getting close to the captain's meeting and the kickoff. But before that happens, I want to bring in my good friend, as always, for the 310th consecutive game together, statistician and analyst Ricky Smith.
Thank you, Patrick, and always glad to be here. This is a huge rivalry. We talk about it all the time. I think one of the best in the state, and excited to be here. Stands are packed, as they always are, for this backyard brawl, and I'm excited to get it going. I think Boaz, hopefully they got a little momentum, carry it over from that second half last week and come in here. Need to get an early start. I know Albertville's fired up. They had a game last week, that game against Arab. They really thought they should have won that game, and although they lost it, that gives them a little hope for tonight. And they're coming in here high on confidence, and you can tell by the stands over there that they think they've got a chance to win. Boaz, like I said, needs a quick start offensively and defensively, play a little smash mouth football, and with the size advantage, maybe they can take advantage of that. The only thing you worry about with Albertville being smaller is will they be a little bit quicker, and especially on that defensive line of theirs, be able to maybe outquick the Pirates and get into the backfield quicker.
Ricky, we saw last week in the second half the Boaz offensive line really imposed their will on the Madison County defensive line, and that Madison County defensive line was much bigger than this Albertville defensive line.
Yeah, they did. Second half, it was just, you wonder, we talked about it early in the second half, man, did the coaches go in there and just yell and chew the paint off the walls? But talking to Coach Pruitt, and he mentioned it in the coach's show, they really didn't do a lot of yelling. They just talked about what they needed to do, make the adjustments, and do what you're supposed to and execute, and that's really what they did.
They could not ask for more beautiful weather tonight. It's a perfect night for high school football. It's not too hot. The sun is fading, and the temperature is terrific out here.
79 degrees, and A lot less humid than it was last week in Gurley.
And, yeah, that's for sure. And the captains are meeting presently at midfield. Our referee tonight is Aaron Alcorn, we're told. And so it's very close. We're getting close to getting it started. Do you expect, Ricky, that Boaz will, who is getting the ball first here to start the game, do you expect Boaz to go immediately to that running game?
Oh, yes. I expect them to do what they did last week. Now, second half last week, they mixed in a few timely passes in there, and Bo Bennett threw it with confidence in that second half. And I look for them to try to establish the run. And Coach Pruitt said that. They've got to establish the run. And I look to them to try to come out early and establish the run game.
And the Aggies are coming out onto the field at this time. We want to send a shout out here in the pregame to Renee Mosley, who's listening. Renee had a little bit of an accident a couple of weeks ago, I guess, but she's recovering and got to see her out. And she told me she listened last week, and she's listening tonight. Renee, continue to hope you get better and get better very soon. Boaz coming out onto the field here, being led by two of those big offensive linemen, Ronnie Senaris and Isaac Ramirez, as they're carrying the flags.
You know, Renee is actually sitting at home listening to us and watching the Auburn Tigers.
Yeah, for those of you who are at home watching Auburn and Baylor, which is about to get underway from Waco, we encourage you to turn the sound down on that game and turn your radio up or your Facebook Live up and listen to us. And we'd be as pleased as punch if you'd do that. And Ricky Boaz deciding to take the ball here.
Yeah, they won the toss and want the ball. So that kind of tells me they want to try to come out maybe and get that first smash mouth drive going and try to establish the run.
Albertville is wearing all black tonight from head to toe, except for the white numerals trimmed in red. And they have their Albertville A in white on the side of their headgear. Boaz in the visiting whites as they were last week, but tonight wearing the gray pants, the crimson numerals in trim, the gray headgear with a Boaz pirate flag on the side of the helmet. And we are about to kick this one off as the kicker, Philippe Jean, has it teed up at his own 40 and will kick to Boaz here. And we're awaiting Jean to approach the ball. Here he goes. The ball is a line drive, and this one is headed out of bounds. And it will be 1st and 10 at the 35 for Boaz. So, Ricky, if you'll recall, last week, Boaz's kicker, Axon Arathine, kicked it out of bounds to start the game.
Yes.
And he gave Madison County the ball at the 35, and that's what's going to happen here for Boaz. So the Pirate offense comes out with freshman Bo Bennett leading the controls, and Presley Fant will be his lone setback. He'll be lined up in the pistol right behind Bennett, a slot formation out to the left. And Bennett awaiting the shotgun snap. He has it. He's going to leave it with Fant. Broke one tackle, still on his feet, pushing the pile ahead. And a nice gain of about 5 on first down there for Fant.
He made a little move about a couple of yards in and picked up, as you said, 5 yards. Good first play. 2nd
and 5. Boaz in a hurry here. Fant will get it again. This time off the left side, tripped up after a gain of a couple. And Boaz will face 3rd and 3 from their own 42 here, as Hunter Alford was the one who tripped him up.
Last week, Boaz, 42%, 5 out of 12 on 3rd down conversions.
And an early one here, a 3rd and 3 for Boaz. Albertville anticipating a handoff. That's what happens, and they crunch in and get Fant, and the ball is fumbled and picked up by the Aggies. Taken right out, stripped right out of the hands of Fant.
I believe they're going to mark it down.
Imani Teixeira came out of there with it, but I did see the referee threw a beanbag, and they're going to wind the clock here and say it's going to be 4th down, but he did lose 2 yards back to the 40, so Boaz will check in the punt team.
Presley is the punter. He punted twice last week for a 29-yard average.
A long of 31 last week. He did wind up getting a low snap on one punt that he had to run with it. Gets this one out of there. This is going to be a very short kick. A lot of backspin coming up to make a fair catch is Cooper Scott, and he will drag his knee to the 45-yard line. So excellent field position for Albertville to start their first offensive drive. So Boaz goes 3 and out, Ricky, on 3 Presley Fant carries. And Albertville was not fooled on that third down play.
No, they knew exactly what was coming. So Boaz turned it over 3 and out, and now Albertville with their first possession just a minute and a half into the game.
1 man wide right, and the quarterback, C.J. Zuniga, with a setback to his right. He puts a man in motion. Zuniga wants to throw. They're going to throw long on the first play of the game down the sideline, and it is caught, I believe.
No, he broke it up.
Broken up
by number 1,
Levi Tucker.
Yes.
He got his hand in there to break that one up. It looked to me like the receiver had caught the ball, but he had not. They were going for number 19, Prater, on the deep go route. And just like we talked about before the game, Troy, they are testing that Boaz secondary early.
At that time, Levi Tucker came up big and knocked it away.
He was running step for step with Prater. Here is a fake. Zuniga is going to be hit in the backfield. He's going down. He is hit very hard in the backfield. Getting in there first, it was number 56 for the Pirates, Peyton Knight. We talked about, and Drew Patel helped finish him off. We talked about how Peyton Knight had such a nice game a week ago for the Pirates and getting the start tonight.
And that was the option, and Boaz done a great job. They did what they were supposed to. They took the pitch man, and somebody had the quarterback and dropped him for a 6-yard loss. So a big third down now. Opponent, Madison County, was 3 out of 10, 30% last week.
They're going to put 2 men out wide to the right. Now they're going to put a man in motion. That's Watson. And Zuniga wants to throw again. He's going to set up with plenty of time across the middle. That is almost picked off by Braden Bennett and knocked away and incomplete, and then almost picked off again. I think it hit the feet of Drew Patel after Bennett had his hands up there.
Yeah.
But good coverage by the Pirates there, and that'll bring on a punting situation.
Good job by Braden Bennett getting his mid up there and knocking it away, and Zuniga is the punter.
And he is backing up to punt within inside his 30. Boaz is going to go with 2 men deep here. They've got Porter and Sage Bennett deep to receive this kick from Zuniga.
Albertville getting a man on late.
Has the snap, left-footed kicker, and that one is off the side of his foot and bouncing out of bounds inside the Boaz 30.
So both teams go 3 and out on their initial possession. Boaz actually picked up a few yards, but Albertville went backwards. So good job by the Boaz defense on that initial possession of the game.
I talked about, Ricky, in the pregame about the size of the Boaz defensive line versus the size of the Albertville offensive line, and I think it was a factor on that first drive.
It was evident on that Boaz was able to get back and get a little pressure on the quarterback.
And so Boaz will be back out there from their own 28-yard line, we'll say. 1st and 10 on this second possession with 9:23 in the first quarter remaining, no score. Here is a sweeping Sage Bennett getting the handoff. He's giving ground. He's going to try to turn the corner and is able to get to the 25, but that is going to be a loss on the play as they tried to sweep Sage Bennett from right to left, and he backed way up
to the 24-yard line, so lost 10 yards on the play. Well,
about 4 yards.
Yeah, 5 yards.
So second down at about 14 here for Boaz. Slot is to the right. Boaz in a long yardage situation for the first time tonight. Here's Bennett. He wants to set up and throw. Going to try to throw it out of the backfield to Fan. Overthrew him and incomplete. And that will bring up 3rd and 14 for Boaz. Ricky, was took a couple of throws to get him going last week, and that's kind of been the case here.
Yeah, that one right there just never had a shot. And so Boaz now facing a 3rd and 15.
3 men out wide to the right and 1 to the left for Boaz. Bennett backs up, wants to throw, sets up across the middle, going to try to throw it deep for Jay Patterson. Just out of his reach and incomplete. Had a step on the defender, but he couldn't lay it in there as Patterson looked like he may have shortened up his hands there at the last second. I don't know if he could have caught it regardless, but just out of his reach. That was going to be a big gainer if he completes it.
Now Albertville, Presley only had a 15-yard punt the first time. Now, unless Presley gets a boomer away, Albertville trying to play field position, they could get the ball in Boaz territory.
And we saw that same scenario play out last week. Fant, this was a wobbly spiral. It's going to take a Boaz roll, though, on the Albertville side of the field and will rest dead at the 46. For some reason, there was an Albertville man, Evan House, who was back there, looked like he was going to try to pick up the ball. He had 3 Boaz Pirates around him. That would not have been wise. So with 8:53 to play in the first quarter, there still is no score. Boaz has gone 3 and out twice. Albertville will get the ball back here with their best starting field position at their own 46-yard line. And Zuniga comes back out with a big man in the backfield with him. That's a Gwinsley Sarant. He's lined up to the right. Now man in motion. They're going to hand it to Sarant, running to the left. He is hit, and he will be taken down after a gain of about 4 at midfield by Bennett. And also Mac Thompson in on the play. So a gain of 4, 2nd and 6. That's the first time we've seen them actually run the ball, even though Zuniga got credit for a rush on the last drive. It was because of a sack or a botched running play.
Sarant's kind of built like Hill last week at Madison County.
5'9", 210, and he's still in the backfield. They're going to hand off to a sweeping runner. That is Brant Sweat, and he's close to a first down. I believe he'll have it into Boaz territory at about the 49-yard line. It's going to be close. And they are going to give him a first down. It'll be 1st and 10. I said the 49. It's the 44. And the Aggies claim the first down of the game.
That was just a sweep to the right side with Sweat, and he had some blockers out there in a little bit of open field.
He showed a little speed, too. He had a big game last week against Arab. 2 men in the backfield. Zuniga is going to hand off to Sarant. Again, he's pushing the pile forward and gets inside the Boaz 40 to about the 38, maybe the 37, as he is just using that big frame of his. I think Jaden Durden was the man who hit him, but he carried Durden with him for about 7 yards. It'll be 2nd and 3 for Albertville at the 37, midway between the 37 and 38-yard lines.
We saw this Boaz defense last week. Pretty good against the run. The touchdown that Madison County scored was on a short field.
Here's a handoff. Sarant met that time, and a good play in the backfield. He got a yard, though, on the play as he carried a man with him. And it'll be 3rd down and short here. 3rd about a yard at the 35. Braden Bennett has an equipment issue. He had to come out of the game. So Boaz is going to have to call timeout because they didn't have a man on the field to take his place.
He actually come out. Looks like he's got a little bloody hand over here. And Amber Watford, the trainer, is checking on him.
So Boaz will have to spend a timeout here with 6:43 to go in the first quarter. No score. We'll take it with them. This is the Boaz Network.
Design your Cabco dream home from the outside in at J&J Homes of Albertville. Crafted with care and engineered to last, your custom options are endless. Both J&J and Cabco builders are proud to be locally based, family-owned, and independently operated. Home ownership made easy. Come by to get their lowest price guarantee with several finance options available, including zero-down options with land or approved credit. Cabco Builders and J&J Homes of Albertville, your dream team for your dream home.
Hey folks, Mark Brickey, Sand Mountain Toyota. There's a lot to consider when buying a truck. Towing capacity, cab space, gas mileage, resale value. When you're talking with your salesman, is he willing to sit behind the wheel of the same kind of truck he claims to stand behind? Here at Sand Mountain Toyota, we buy what we sell. Not only do we stand behind our trucks, we put our own money and trust in Toyota trucks, just like you. Come by and check out our huge selection of popular Toyota trucks. Sand Mountain Toyota, we're more than a dealership.
Since 1952, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service has been the place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. Our family takes pride in carrying on the tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose the people you can trust. With 10 locations to serve you, including Albertville and Gunnersville, at Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh. Quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
Foodland, your football tailgating headquarters.
Hey, I guess you didn't hear me. You're back.
No.
Welcome back. Third down in a yard for Albertville. May have been some movement there, but no flags, and they pushed the pile ahead. Zuniga taking the quarterback sneak and going ahead for a couple of yards. And he'll have the first down. It looked like there was some early movement, but no flag came in.
They did look like they all took off a little bit before he did.
Nevertheless, it's a first down for the Aggies at the Boaz 32, and they've put together a nice drive here, mainly on the legs of Agwinsly Sarant. He's still in the backfield. They're going to run an option. Zuniga is going to pitch it to him on the outside, ran by a couple of men and pushed out of bounds finally over on the far sideline. And I think he's close to another first down. And it will be marked at the 21. That is indeed moving the sticks again. So the Aggies have found something here, Ricky, on the ground with Agwinsly Sarant.
It's third first down on this drive for the Aggies. They've been on the ground this entire drive.
Two men go wide left. There are two men in the backfield with Zuniga. He's going to hand it this time to a new runner. That's number 8, Colin Parker, who will carry it forward for about 3 yards, I believe, maybe a couple. And timeout is called here.
Heat timeout.
And we will have the official timeout for Heat. 5:46 remaining in the first quarter. Albertville and Boaz are scoreless. This is the Boaz Network. Ricky, the Boaz defense is on its heels just a little bit right here, although that was a nice play by Drew Patel in the hole. It's second down and 7 for Albertville at the Boaz 18, so they've gotten it into the red zone.
Yeah, basically 7 plays on this drive, and they've kept it all on the ground, and Sarant has been the workhorse pretty much on this drive. But Boaz last week, this is where they kind of toughened up when the opponent, when Madison County got inside the red zone, so let's see if we can replicate that right here.
5:46 to go, first quarter. We've just come out of the Heat timeout, and 3 men are going wide left for Zuniga. As he's in the shotgun, he's going to run an option out to the right. He keeps it, and he's met right there at the line of scrimmage and taken down by Peyton Knight, I believe.
Maybe a yard or maybe, yeah, I'll give him. Well, no, right there at the 18,
so
no gain on the play. Good job by Peyton Knight.
Third down and 7 now for Albertville. And so they're in what could be a passing situation for them. And Sarant, who has been so effective on the drive so far, I don't think is in the game unless he just came in as that last play was ending. And he is not in the game. They've got Parker in the backfield. Now they put a man in motion. Zuniga's going to hand it to Parker. Broke one tackle, still on his feet, and he will go forward to about the 15, a gain of 3. Boaz had him at the line of scrimmage, but let him get away. But it will be a 4th down situation here from the 15.
4th and about 4.
So Albertville does not indicate, Ricky, that they're going to try to kick here.
No.
They keep the offense on the field on this 4th and 4 from the 15-yard line. So a big play for the Boaz defense.
Big play right here. Last week, Boaz defense held Madison County on both of the 4th down tries that they attempted.
Sarant is back in the game on this 4th and 4. Zuniga. And no play here. Timeout is going to be whistled by Albertville. So Boaz had to call a defensive timeout. We had the Heat timeout. And now we have an Albertville timeout all on this drive. 4:21 left in the first quarter. Still no score. Big play coming up when we come back. This is the Boaz Network.
Looks like they tried to get us.
Cherokee County up on Arab 7-0 in the first quarter. New Hope leading DAR 14-0 in the first quarter. And Albertville has decided now, Ricky, that they will attempt a 31-yard field goal. Philippe Jean will kick it up. The kick is away, and the kick is good. So the Aggies take the lead on the 31-yard boot by Philippe Jean with 4:11 to play here in the first quarter. They lead it 3-0. We're coming right back on the Boaz Network.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
Save big, sell bigger. Now list your home for 2% with RE/MAX Guntersville and RE/MAX Heritage in Arab as they've embraced the new changes in real estate. Call the number on the screen to talk with an agent to find out how you can now keep more of what's yours by listing your home for 2%. Discover the difference with RE/MAX, one of the most trusted names in real estate, where you know you're always getting quality service. Make that call today to start your 2% listing where you'll keep more of what's yours and save big, sell bigger.
You never know what somebody's going through when they come in the bank. Calling them by name is so very important. Just make a difference in somebody's life today.
Lake Guntersville Pool and Spas is your home for custom pool design and construction, along with service, sales, and repair. They're also your authorized dealer for Bullfrog Spas and Swim Spas. For your new construction or redesign of your existing personalized outdoor space, visit our large showroom, located at the top of the mountain in Guntersville. Call Lake Guntersville Pool and Spas at 256-582-4050.
You're on.
Albertville taking a 3-0 lead on a 31-yard field goal by Philippe Jean.
10 plays, 39 yards, 442, but a great job by the Pirate defense tightening up once Albertville got down inside the red zone. We said they did it last week on several occasions, and did it again right there. So Boaz getting the ball back. Maybe they've made some adjustments and will be able to put some a drive together.
And now Jean will kick off for the Aggies. Bennett and Porter are the two deep men. If this is going to come to an up man, no, Porter's going to run under it and take it at the 18. Dayton Porter to the 30, still on his feet, gets outside of the 35, back to the 40, and is wrestled down there. And I think a penalty is going to be registered at the end of this play, Ricky, maybe a horse collar tackle on the Aggies. And a flag comes out late after the play. So a couple of flags that they'll sort out here. While they're doing that, and Troy is checking on the penalty for us, let me tell you about the other games being played around our area. Asbury's at Galesville. Douglas, their first game of the season. So he signaled face mask against Boaz, I believe.
No, he pointed Albertville away.
And then unsportsmanlike conduct is going to be called on Albertville for sure. But I thought he called the face mask on Boaz.
Okay, well,
and I think he
let's
did.
see.
It looks like they're going to mark this off on the Pirates from the 39. So they will offset the penalties, and Boaz will have it right there at the 39. Okay. Other games, Asbury's at Galesville. Douglas playing their first game of the year at Susan Moore. Pisgah is at 5. That's a big game there. Fort Payne is at Gunnersville tonight. Cleburne County is at Sardis. Sand Rock is at West End. Arab, we already told you, is at Cherokee County. The Knights are trailing in that game. Brewer is at Priceville. North Jackson is at Scottsboro. Vina is at Brindley Mountain. And New Hope is up 14-0 at DAR. Boaz offense, Ricky, got to get something going here. They've gone 3 and out on their first 2 possessions of the game. And they will go with an empty backfield this time. Bo Bennett, the only man back there in the gun.
Good field position for the Pirates at their own 39-yard line.
2 men wide left, 3 to the right. And the center, Jason Duke, over the ball here. Bennett takes the snap, is going to throw quickly out to Porter. Looking for some room, got a little, 40. 45, still on his feet. He's close to a first down. I believe he may have it. He didn't have really any blocking in front of him, Ricky.
No, that was all strictly Dayton Porter with that. Looks like they're going to mark it just short of a first down.
Jude Fan and Amani Teixeira converged on the tackle, and it's 2nd and inches, literally, the nose of the football for Boaz. Bennett in the gun. Fant is in the backfield with him this time. And there's trouble with the snap. Bennett will have to run out of there. Looking for some room. Won't find any. They'll take him down. He's hit hard in the backfield by Albertville's number 29, Derek Orr. It looked to me like his knee may have been down when he caught the snap, but no whistle. And he'll lose back to the 46-yard line. And now it will be 3rd and 3 for Boaz. So they had 2nd and just a couple of inches. And sometimes that shotgun snap will do that to you.
It was a low snap, so now big play here.
Albertville showing blitz, and they jump into the neutral zone, and the flag comes out. Good hard count by Bennett there. And Albertville was showing blitz, and that's going to cost them 5 yards, and it's going to give Boaz a first down in Albertville territory at the 49. So the Pirates have their first down of the game.
Via penalty.
Bennett with Fant in the backfield, 3 men wide right, 1 to the left. Ball right in the middle of the field. Bennett is going to throw it again to Porter, same play. That's a backwards pass. It's going to be picked up by Albertville and recovered, I believe, and that is going to be the Aggies' ball. Yeah. I think that's a good call. It looked like it was a backwards pass to me. And now Coach Pruitt is discussing with the line judge over on this near side what the call was. We do not have. I think it's going to be a fumble, Ricky. And there are a lot of discussion going on between the referee and the line judge over here on this near side. And
I thought my angle, I thought it was actually forward, but
they are going to call
it an incomplete pass.
Wow, that's big for Boaz.
Yeah.
And now they've got to, but if it's an incomplete pass, they've got to move it back up to the 49-yard line, right? Boaz lost a few yards there on the spot, and now the coaches finally realize what has happened here, and they're going to move the ball back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And now they are.
Yeah,
so there was a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
The referee had gone over to talk to Albertville's coach, Adam Weingarten, about the call. It was ruled an incompletion, and Boaz very fortunate there.
They are. That was a break.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Pirates. Bunch set out here on the 50 on the numbers, and I think Boaz moved early. The flag comes out. They sure did. That's going to cost the Pirates 5 yards before the snap. One of the offensive linemen came up out of the stance early, and that'll put the ball back at the 46 and back into Boaz territory, so it'll be 2nd and 15.
These are some of the mistakes that hurt us last week in the first half. And, you know, it's kind of a situation right here with that incomplete pass, fumble. Are you a little rattled? But just got to calm down and execute.
2:23 to play in the quarter. Albertville leading 3-0. Bennett's going to pass out to Sage. Catches it, but for a very short gain, a gain of only a couple, up to the 47. Boaz has thrown it down the field one time on the last series and almost completed it. And now they're going to say he's down at the line of scrimmage.
I thought they were. I did too. I thought he had gotten a couple of yards.
So 3rd down and 15 now as they put it back at the line of scrimmage at the 46. Well, Boaz in a 3rd and long here. Bennett is going to back up.
They're off
and they're going to throw. They're going to whistle it dead.
Do I see a flag?
Boaz moved again early.
I thought Albertville was offsides, but Boaz must have jumped before Albertville crossed the line.
So penalties shooting the Pirates in the foot here back to their own 41. 3rd and 20. With 1:44 remaining in the first quarter. Boaz very out of sync offensively. Bennett backs up, wants to throw, looking deep. He's throwing deep, looking for Sage. That ball is going to be intercepted and now incomplete. The defensive back, Cooper Scott, had it in his hands as he was going to the ground, and it came loose. And probably a good thing for him that it did, because now Boaz is forced to punt.
They are.
And Boaz has not gotten off 2 good punts really tonight. So Fant will back up to punt for the 3rd time on 4th and 20.
Third punt of the night for Presley Fant. He's averaged 22.5 yards on 2, and the first one was just 15 yards.
High snap. This one's off the side of his foot a little bit, and it's going to take an Albertville roll, big-time roll, and will be down to just shy of midfield on the Albertville side of the 50. So Pirates giving the Aggies some short fields here. They cashed in with 3 points on the last possession, but the offense, Ricky, has really seemed out of sync so far tonight.
They have 3 possessions, 11 plays, and only 7 total yards in the first half, minus 2 yards rushing.
So 1st and 10 at the 49 for Albertville. Zuniga with one man in the backfield on his right hip. He wants to back up and throw, does Zuniga. Plenty of time. He's going to float it deep. Looking downfield, that ball is tipped up and incomplete. Good coverage down there by Tucker as he was running step for step again with Tay Prater, and the ball was a little bit underthrown. And a good job by Tucker. That's his 2nd pass breakup of the night.
Yeah, that is, they're playing well in the secondary. Albertville actually only attempted 3 passes and incomplete on all 3.
So 2nd and 10 from their own 49. Prater will go wide right. Looks like Parker is in the backfield. Here is motion by one of the right receivers, and he's running to the right. Sweat again, and he's got about 8-9 yards where Drew Patel takes him down at about the 42-yard line. Takes him out of bounds over there, so it's going to be a 9-yard gain. That has been their most successful play.
It has.
The sweep to Brant Sweat.
2 carries, and for them, I think there's a flag down because the down marker is coming back over here.
They put the ball down at the 42, and
are they going to measure?
No, I don't think they're going to measure. But it looks like there's a stoppage in play. But Albertville has a man down. That's what it is. It's Sweat.
Actually Sweat, yes.
Sweat was down on the sideline, so
well,
now he's up.
The down marker actually came back to where the line of scrimmage was, so make sure. But, yeah, that's a 9-yard pickup for Sweat.
A big 3rd and 1 now. as the Aggies have it at the Boaz 42. 2 men going wide right, 2 men in the backfield, and they're going to go with that quarterback sneak. They're going to try to do the tush push, but Boaz was wise to that, and wrapping Zuniga up was Thompson, and who else was in on that? They may do it a second time here on 4th down.
Yeah, they gained maybe a couple of football lengths.
Yep. They need about half a yard here, Ricky.
Yeah.
They got to get to the 41. It's midway between the 42 and 41 yard lines. And I think they're going to do the very same thing again. They line up 2 men. They're trying to get a man off the field late, and that was going to cost them a penalty, so Coach Weingarten had to call his second timeout here with 32.5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Albertville leads it 3-0. This is the Boaz Network. Albertville putting the offense back out on the field again. And Zuniga going up under center. He's got Sarant right behind him to push him on this 4th and a half a yard at the Boaz 41 and a half. And going forward is Zuniga. He gets the push this time all the way through. That'll be a first down. So the Boaz, Ricky, the problem is they're getting him in 3rd and short and 4th and short, and the Aggies are moving the chains.
Yeah, that was a big pickup there, 4 yards, 5 yards really almost on the first down pickup.
The ball is at the 37, and Albertville is going to elect not to run another play here in the first quarter. They're going to take a 3-0 lead to quarter number 2, and we'll be back with that second quarter after these words. This is the Boaz Network.
You'll like banking at People's Independent Bank and PIB Mortgage. Here, you'll receive a high level of personal service, a full array of accounts and services, a variety of mortgage loans, local loan decisions, and you will see active corporate citizenship throughout our footprint. Step up to true community banking at People's Independent Bank. www.pibonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 466340.
Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative is a proud supporter of our community and our local schools, academics, and athletics. Best of luck to all our local teams throughout the season. Our mission at Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative is to provide the most reliable electrical service at the lowest possible rate. We strive to achieve our mission with quality and reliable service and a commitment to our consumer needs. We want to be a beacon in each community that we serve.
This is Julie Battles for Twilight Monument Company. It's hard to lose someone you love, and at Twilight Monument Company, they want to help give your loved one a nice memorial that you can enjoy for generations. Come see my papa, Jerry Battles, at Twilight Monument Company, 256-593-7792.
Since 1956 and through 3 generations, the C.A. Langford Company has provided crushed limestone, sand, asphalt, and more. From large commercial projects to small jobs and residential needs. For products and services information, call 582-5723 or visit their informative website, CA-Langford.
No doubt, Ricky, after this first quarter of play, Albertville has been for sure the most efficient offensive team.
They've been the most efficient, although they only have 47 total yards the first half, but Boaz only have 7. Albertville had the ball over 7 minutes to Boaz less than 5, but Boaz just could not get anything going in their 3 possessions. And defense for Boaz been on the field a lot in the first half, and they're tested again now with Albertville again at the Boaz 38-yard line with a first down.
1st and 10, as Ricky said, at the 37-yard line. And here's Zuniga. He is going to hand off to Sarant. And he broke a tackle and will fall forward inside the 35 to about the 28. So a gain of about 4 there for Igwensley Sarant.
Actually,
second down and 6.
Yeah, and Sarant is the bigger of the backs that has run the ball. He's got 5 carries for 28 yards, so he's averaging about 5.5 yards a carry.
Prater will go wide left. They've got one man lined up in the backfield and now a man in motion, and they're going to hand off to that man in motion. He's going down. Big loss. Noah Ford got back there to drop the sweeping. Was that Sweat? No, that was 13. Des Simpson, who is going to be caught for a loss back outside the 40, back to the original. Actually, it's going to be 3rd down and about 13.
Ford was on the tackle, but Albertville also had one of their linemen back there that assisted also.
So a big play here on 3rd down. 2 men are going to come wide right. That's Sweat, who's back in the game, and also Prater. Now they'll motion Surratt out of the backfield. They're going to try to throw it on an inside screen to Sweat. Sweat reverses field, running left, and Boaz able to pursue him down after a gain of only a yard, maybe 2.
A lot of running for just a yard. I thought it was coming this way. They got it to Sweat in the middle, and he tried to reverse field to the other side, and they drop him at the 41, so just actually no gain on the play.
I think Ford and maybe Tucker and we're in on that tackle over there, and that's going to be a 4th down situation. And Boaz is going to send Dayton Porter deep to receive a C.J. Zuniga punt here.
So good job again by the defense.
And he kicks it out of there. It's going to be a good punt. It's going to get Boaz back deep in their own territory, back at about the 5, maybe inside the 5.
Yeah, about the 4.
So Boaz will have to go a long way here to get some points on the board. And again, it's been a field position game here in the first half where Boaz, although they did get it into Albertville territory on their last drive, haven't been able to get many things going. In fact, only 1 first down, I believe.
And that was on a penalty. This is a position on the field where if we can get the running game going, it'll serve a great purpose right here, especially deep in your own territory at the 4.
So here is Fant lining up in the pistol behind Bennett. Boaz moves the formation over to the left. Fant's going to get the handoff, looking for some room, made a cutback at the 5, and goes forward to maybe the 6, and then they'll push him back. They may have given him the 7-yard line, Ricky, a gain of about 3 for Presley Fant. One of the things we saw last week is the more Fant got the ball in his hands, the stronger he got and the weaker the defense got.
So maybe we can get it going right here and get Presley going and get the offensive line blocking also.
2nd down 7. And there was movement by Boaz again offensively. Somebody didn't know what the snap count was and came up out of their stance early. So back half the distance to the goal. So that's going to put it back at about the
3.5,
4
yard line.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Those are just penalties that you cannot have, especially where in this position of the field.
And that's what we've seen tonight. Bennett goes with a hard count, and I think this time Albertville jumped into the neutral zone. So Boaz gets penalized half the distance, but they'll get 5 yards out of it, and it'll be 2nd and 5.
Lost 3 and gained 5. So now 2nd and 5.
Fant's going to line up to the left of Bennett this time. And Boaz looks like a little confused. There's the snap. It comes back. Bennett has to get it. He may be in the end zone for a safety. And they're going to mark him just outside the goal line. Albertville thinks it's a safety, but they're going to mark it down. The snap came, and Bennett was still trying to get the play from the sideline. And Bennett gets up, Ricky, very, very gimpy. Favoring a right ankle, looks like. And so it's going to be 3rd and long from just outside the goal line.
Yeah, that was a case. Bennett was still looking to the sideline, trying to get the offense set, and the snap came back and hit him, and he was fortunate to get back on it and stay in the field of play, and they dropped him back at the 1.
So a timeout taken here.
I believe Boaz called it.
With 8:46 to go here in the first half, and it's just been a case all night long of Boaz just not being able to get anything going on offense and shooting themselves in the foot.
Exactly, that is the case. And now you're facing 3rd and 13 from inside your own 1-yard line. What do you do here? Do you try to maybe throw a long pass, or you see if you can run it and maybe get Presley a little bit of room to punt the ball?
I expect Albertville here to come with an all-out blitz.
Yeah, that would be a case if they do that. If you got a play call, pass call, where you could hold them out long enough to try to complete it and pick up some yardage, maybe a first down.
Especially with Bennett a little bit gimpy after that last play. You can tell he's
still favoring it.
He's walking it off a little, but he's still favoring it. He's gonna take this snap, Ricky, halfway back into the end zone. Presley Fant's back there with him. So here's Bennett. He's going to set up, going to throw a double move, and is going to just have it batted down, I think.
No, it's a false start on Boaz.
Oh, okay. So Boaz moved early. It's going to be a very short penalty, though, because they were backed up to the goal line almost, and this is going to put it right there.
Essentially, that just adds another penalty to your stat total and doesn't go back any further. But you saw what Boaz was trying to do. Bo had kind of fake pumped it and was looking to hit somebody long.
So not only do you get the penalty, but you also ruin what you had called.
Yeah.
So here is Boaz on 3rd and about 13 from inside the 1. Bennett sets up, looks to throw. He gets it complete to Sage. Sage gives ground again and is going to be caught short of the 10-yard line, or right at the 10. If he just sticks his nose up in there, he may have a chance at it. But Boaz will have to punt here as they get to the 10 and will send Presley Fant back into the end zone to kick.
So if nothing else, you got a little bit of breathing room. But, yeah, the punting game has not been good tonight. 3 punts for 18, almost 19-yard average.
So Fant ready to receive the snap. He has it. No rush this time, and a high booming kick. And here is Cooper Scott. Muffed it. What do we have going on here?
There's a whistle. He must have.
Scott's taking it all the way back, but I think we've got a whistle somewhere.
Okay.
Did he call a fair? He called for the fair catch. Boaz had nobody down the field.
No.
I don't know what happened. Everybody kind of got stuck at the line of scrimmage, but a beautiful punt by Presley Fant all the way back to the 47-yard line.
Did Albertville hold them up that much? But a 37-yard punt that time by Presley Fant, best one of the season for him, and it came at an opportune time.
So Albertville will start this drive on the Boaz side of the field, but it's not near as bad as it could have been. It's at the 47 here with 7:50 to play in the half. Albertville leading at 3-0. But they're looking to add more as they start this drive in Boaz territory.
This is almost a carbon copy of last week, where you just hope a Boaz can keep Albertville out of the end zone and maybe try to regroup at halftime.
Here is a handoff right up the middle. That's Parker. Parker inside the 45 and spinning his way up to about the 42-yard line, where he's hit by Patel. And that's going to be a gain of about 5 on first down for Colin Parker. 2nd and 5 for Albertville here. Zuniga, Ricky, has done a pretty good job handling the ball for the Aggies. Not a whole lot to show for it. Now they've got a Gwinsley Sarant in the backfield, the bruising back. They put a man in motion. They're going to hand it to Sarant. Sarant is going to be taken down as he moves it inside the 40 to about the 39. Riding him to the ground was Jaden Durden.
And if you noticed, Remember 2 years ago, Zuniga up here, he was just a scrawny little guy. Now you can tell he's put on a little bit of weight, put on a little bit of muscle, and they've got him listed at 5'8", 180. I bet 2 years ago he probably wasn't but about 150, 60 pounds.
Yeah. So
3rd and 2.
3rd and 2 here, and there's movement, and I think Albertville jumped this time, Ricky.
I think they did.
Man, we've had a lot of pre-snap penalties.
That is 7 penalties on the night. It seems like it's been more.
Yeah.
So that's going to make it 3rd and 7 for the Aggies.
Back to the.
Design your Cabco dream home from the outside in at J&J Homes of Albertville. Crafted with care and engineered to last, your custom options are endless. Both J&J and Cabco builders are proud to be locally based, family-owned, and independently operated. Home ownership made easy. Come by to get their lowest price guarantee with several finance options available, including zero-down options with land or approved credit. Cabco Builders and J&J Homes of Albertville, your dream team for your dream home.
People's Bank is my go-to place for banking.
When you deal with People's, their goal is your success.
Here at People's Bank, it's more about a relationship.
I know my bankers, and I've got their cell numbers. I just call them.
If we had been with a larger bank, we would have just been a number. We're supported 100% by People's Bank.
They're our neighbor, they're our friends. We're part of this community.
I went to People's Bank because I knew they were going to take care of me.
People's Bank treat us like we're the most important client they have.
44 is where they'll place this.
Maybe a little bit more passing situation for the Aggies.
So they get to the line of scrimmage here. On 3rd and 7, Zuniga is going to roll out to his right, wants to throw, looking deep, looking way down the field. That ball is going to be incomplete and should have been offensive pass interference.
Very well, yes.
Prater pushed Levi Tucker, with both hands, and no flag. So that will bring it back to the 44 for a 4th down for the Aggies.
Yeah, that very easily could have been. I know it was overthrown, maybe uncatchable, but it very well should have been an
Coach
offensive
Pruitt's
pass
down there
interference.
talking to the field judge about that very thing.
But nonetheless, Albertville is forced to punt, so this is turning into a punt contest. Boaz.
Zuniga is going to get this one off, and it is going to go to the left side of the field and will die inside the 15 or right at the 15. Well, Boaz got a little bit of yardage out of that exchange of possession there, Ricky, with 6:08 to play in the half. Albertville leading 3-0.
Yeah, we've talked about earlier, Albertville was trying to play the field position game. That time, field position actually helped Boaz. Just got to get something going. The offensive line, the difference in the first half and second half last week, this has been more like that first half last week. Boaz with 14 plays, 11 yards. Boaz with 7 rushes for -7 yards. Presley Fant with only 4 carries for 8 yards. Bo Bennett is 3 out of 7 for 18 yards.
So Boaz, if they're going to get something, they've got to get that turned around. If nothing else, they've got to get the running game going.
Yeah, that's.
And Albertville, and to their credit, they're really crashing down.
They are
on the Boaz running attack here.
And I believe this is our heat timeout, but we'll just keep it here. But yes, as Coach Pruitt said in our pregame report, they've got to run the ball. They've got to establish a run, and that's just they've not been able to do that. And give Albertville credit for keying on that.
So here is Bennett in an empty backfield here. 3 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Bo takes a snap, wants to throw, a quick throw, has his man, that's Fant, and he was in the slot over there, catches it at about the 25, and that's close to a first down, and they are going to award the Pirates their first down of the game, not by penalty.
Exactly, only the second of the game, and great play. Good play there, and Bo had just enough time. He had the time to throw, back up and throw the ball.
So pistol formation on this first down play for the Pirates. And here's a give to Fan off the left side. Broke one tackle and then will fall down as he crosses the 25 to about the 27. So a gain of a couple here, maybe 3. We'll give them the 28. A 3-yard gain at 2nd and 7 for the Pirates. One thing Boaz has got to do a better job of too, Ricky, is not moving early.
Yeah, they've been penalized 4 times, and all of those have been false start penalties.
Here is Bennett, empty backfield. He's going to throw a screen out to Dayton Porter. Porter trying to make a move, trying to stiff arm a man, and out of bounds he goes, and he's pushed way out of bounds, and a late flag is going to come in.
I think they had a face mask, but I think they're going to get a personal foul penalty, a late hit out of bounds.
Porter had tried to stiff arm the defender over here, and now they'll sort this out. I think, if I saw it right, it looked like Porter had his hands in the face mask of the defender, so it could be an offensive face mask here. We'll see, but definitely a late hit out of bounds as the defender kept pushing Porter way after he had crossed that boundary. Yes, it is a face mask on Boaz and a dead ball personal foul against Albertville. So they'll mark off the 5 yards for the face mask, I think.
Yes.
And then 15 yards for the late hit.
I think they missed the first face mask against Albertville because their guy actually grabbed Dayton's face mask first, and then, I think Dayton, to get a little leverage, grabbed his. So we're going to go backwards 5 yards.
Ball's going to wind up, Ricky, at the 40-yard line eventually. And it's going to be a first down for Boaz. By the way, Auburn leads Baylor 7-3. We may be a little bit behind on that as we're having a hard time keeping up with the stream. All right, 1st and 10 Boaz, 5:05 to play in the half. Pirates trying to put together something here for the first time really tonight. They've knocked out a couple of first downs. Here's Bo Bennett, and there was movement. And this time, I believe Presley Fant took a step early. And that's going to cost Boaz 5 yards. Another pre-snap penalty. So it'll be 1st and 15 now, back to the 35. All right, here's Bennett, empty backfield. Albertville showing blitz. They're going to throw it out to Porter. Porter behind the line, they'll catch him. Again, not any blocking over there. As they're trying to have him make something or create something. And they give him, the line of scrimmage, Ricky?
Yeah, I think they gave him, back to the 34.
So actually lost a yard. It'll be 2nd and 16. Two men split to either side now. Fan in the backfield. Bennett gets the snap, backs up, looking, wants to throw deep this time, looking for Sage. It is caught inside the 35, and he rolls down to the 30. By far the biggest gainer of the night for the Pirates. A beautiful throw and catch that time. Bo Bennett to Sage Bennett. And Boaz has it at the Albertville 30.
And it was a post pattern, and he got inside position, and the defensive back didn't have any help on that side. So a pass play there.
3 men wide left, 1 to the right, Fan in the backfield. Here is Bo. He wants to throw again. He's feeling pressure. He's going to float it out. It is caught by Sage. Sage down to the 25, 20, to the 15, and out of bounds there. Just shy of the 15. That'll be another Boaz first down. And give credit to Bo Bennett that time, Ricky. He was under a lot of pressure, and he was able to get rid of that one. And Sage was wide open.
He was.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Pirates at the 16 in the red zone here as Fant lines up on the right hit of Bo Bennett. Porter in motion, left to right. Here's the snap. Bennett looking in the end zone. That ball is up and incomplete. Got it over the defensive back, but it was going to be a very difficult catch to make by Sage at the back corner of the end zone. A little timing pattern there.
I don't know if if that was one that he had to. That's where he wanted to go, but he had Dayton Porter off in the flat over there to the right. If he'd just dumped it off to him, Dayton is definitely going to get inside the 10 and might score.
So a bunch set now out on the numbers to the right. Boaz with the ball on the hash mark to the left, and Fant in the pistol behind Bo Bennett. Bennett is going to hand it to Fant. Fant running off the right side, 15. He's to the 10. He's to the 5. He stumbles. He runs backwards, and he will be down at the 1 yard line.
I think his knee touched down before he put the ball across the goal line.
He just barely lacked the end zone there. So here is Boaz, 1st and goal inside the 1. Bennett takes the shotgun snap. Fant has it. Fant has the ball stripped. He falls back on it, back outside the 5. A little bit of trouble there, maybe. I don't know with the exchange, but Fant got back on it, and now it's 2nd and goal from the 8. They were trying basically the same play, Ricky, but Albertville had it well defended. He was not going to score regardless, but now they back him up to the 8 yard line after the fumble. So 2nd and goal. Here's Bennett. Bennett is going to fake. He's going to try to throw it out to Sage, and it's incomplete. Threw it behind him and rushed that one a little bit. And now it'll be 3rd and goal from the 8. Axon Aristine, the senior kicker, is loosening here into the net on the sideline.
I know Coach Pruitt said he'd looking for a great chance to get Aristine a field goal opportunity, but this is one you get down to the 1 yard line, you want to punch it in right here.
Albertville leads it 3-0 with 2:27 remaining in the half. Boaz 3rd and goal at the Albertville 8, or actually back to the 12. They must have said that was a backward pass, Ricky. They're going to float it out to Fant. Fant is going nowhere. That was a pass behind the line, and Albertville was all over that, and I think he caught it, but he lost back outside the 15. And it looks like it may be a field goal attempt here for Axon Aristine. So after getting it to the 1 yard line, 3 plays, and Boaz is backed up outside or right at the 15. Well, it's at the 16. So Aristine will check in and try to attempt here on a 32, 33, 34 yard field goal. Sage is the holder, 33 we'll say, 33-yard field goal. The ball's on the right hash, an angle back to the left. Aristine trying to tie this one up. Snap, place, kick by Axon is up. The kick is good. 1:24 remaining in the half, and we are tied at 3 apiece. This is the Boaz Network.
Design your Cabco dream home from the outside in at J&J Homes of Albertville. Crafted with care and engineered to last, your custom options are endless. Both J&J and Cabco builders are proud to be locally based, family-owned, and independently operated. Home ownership made easy. Come by to get their lowest price guarantee with several finance options available, including zero-down options with land or approved credit. Cabco Builders and J&J Homes of Albertville, your dream team for your dream home.
At the Carpet Store, Highway 431 in Albertville, we're more than just our name. Sure, we're carpet, but we're so much more. We're ceramic floors, showers, backsplashes. We're hardwood, laminate, and luxury vinyl tile. We're installation supplies, vinyl flooring, and remnants. Why not visit our beautiful showroom and let our professional sales staff show you all the things we are? The Carpet Store, Mosley Flooring, Highway 431 in Albertville, where we're so much more than just our name.
At Piggly Wiggly, we work hard to deliver the very best to you and your family. We offer only the top quality Black Canyon Angus beef, Swift natural fresh pork, grade A Kegel fresh chicken, smoked, processed, and frozen meat items. One of the most popular promotions at Piggly Wiggly is our Pick 5 meat program. Purchase a single pack of meat and pay our everyday low price, or purchase 5 packages marked with the bright red Pick 5 label for just $19.99. You get the best of both worlds, great quality meats and a super low price. You'll always find low prices throughout Piggly Wiggly.
12-play, 69-yard drive for Boaz for that field goal. Took 4 minutes and 44 seconds on the clock, and Axon Aristine, his first field goal of his career, a 33-yarder to tie the game. Now, Albertville got a minute and a half, and they've got one timeout left, so they want to try to get down, maybe try to get into field goal position themselves.
And Axon Aristine will kick it off with a minute 24 to play in the half. Ricky, what we did see, though, on that drive, Boaz started that drive back at their own 15. We did see them finally move the ball.
Yeah, they finally moved the ball. They was able to mix in some passes and running the ball, but for the most part on that drive was the passing. But the long pass was the Bennett to Bennett long pass.
And here is a short kick by Aristine. Boaz almost recovered it, but falling out of bounds.
But did we not catch it and throw it back in bounds and it hit an Aggie?
May have. I think they're going to coach. May have hit Boaz instead of Albertville, but a discussion by the officials here. Getting down there was Levi Tucker. Well-designed play. Boaz was going to try to get it back, but I don't know if they saw who it hit off of. Coach Pruitt vehemently pleading his case on the sideline. I'm not sure that the officials know exactly what went down over here on this near sideline, Ricky. And they may just have to say, I don't know what they're going to say.
We definitely touched it inbound. We got to it first.
Yes.
Threw it back inbound. So they're going to call basically kick out of bounds. Oh, no, hold on.
So they call a legal procedure against Boaz, and then he does it against Albertville.
Yeah.
So, and it looks like they're going to mark it back 5 yards. No? What are they doing here? Yeah, they're going to mark it forward 5 yards, and so they'll put it at the 41. So basically a kick out of bounds is what they're going to call.
Yeah.
Coach Pruitt, again, vehemently pleading his case on the sideline. 1st and 10 Aggies, a minute 17 remaining in the half. Here is a handoff running to the left with some speed and some room, and taking it into Boaz territory is the runner. That is Amani Teixeira with his first carry tonight, and he's got a first down up to the Boaz 46-yard line. He showed some good speed that time.
He did, yes.
Teixeira has been their star linebacker, 6 feet, 185-pound sophomore. And 1st and 10 at the 46 with a minute 9, and he got out of bounds, Ricky, to stop the clock. Albertville with only one timeout remaining. Here is motion. They're going to hand. Oh, there's a fumble on the plays. The ball is loose. Boaz has it. Zuniga never had it in his hands, and Boaz was all over him, and the Pirates recover. I believe Peyton Knight got to it and fell on it for the recovery, and the Pirates get a break. The first turnover of the game will get the Pirates the ball at the Albertville 46. So the Pirates with an opportunity here, Ricky, to put some more points on the board. Boaz with one timeout remaining.
What a turn of events.
And so 2 receivers will go to the right, 2 will come to the left. And Bennett will have Presley Fan in the backfield with him, lined up to his left. Shotgun snap. Bo has it. Heavy rush by the Aggies. Gets out of there, going to float one up in the middle of the field, and that one is going to be incomplete. Should have been intercepted, but a good job by the receiver, Sage Bennett, of breaking it up.
Yeah, Sage's done a good job of coming back for that and playing defender.
It was number 29, Derek Orr, who was waiting under the ball. It was way up high in the air, and it came down like that. And Boaz fortunate that they did not turn it right back over. So 2nd and 10 for the Pirates here. Pistol formation. Bennett hands off to Fant. Fant running left, got past the initial containment. He's inside the 40, spins ahead to about the 39 or 38, and he punished an Albertville defender. That was number 18, who took the big hit there, Teixeira, who just made a good run on offense. So 3rd and 3 Boaz. Boaz has got to hurry. 30 seconds remaining in the half. Fant takes it off the right side. Got some blockers in front. Inside the 30, he'll go down to about the 25 or 6 yard line. That will stop the clock to move the chains. Boaz has got to hurry with 23.1 to go. 1 timeout remaining here in the first half. Boaz trying to take a late lead in the first half of play. The clock is running, and it is 18, 17, 16, 14. And Bo still hasn't snapped it. Still waiting. He now has it. This may be the last play of the half. Sage will drop the ball over on the far side, and that will stop the clock with just 4.2 seconds remaining. I'm not sure why it took so long for us to get that play on.
I don't think in that situation right there, Bo was aware of the time.
He thought the clock had stopped, but there's just 4.2 seconds left now, and Boaz has it on the 26. Do you dare try a long field goal here with Aristine or
43-yard right here? It looks like they're going to go for it. Maybe just throw a Hail Mary into the end zone.
So Bennett will take the snap. He's going to fake to Fant. Going to set up with time. He's going to throw into the end zone. Has a man. It is caught by Sage. Touchdown, Boaz! On the final play of the first half. Bennett to Bennett.
And Sage just went up and picked it out of the air. I mean, he was open, but he just went up and picked it out of the air, and
that was not really a Hail Mary, Ricky. That was an intentional pass.
Yeah, I mean it was
to the receiver, and so Aristine will attempt a big point after here, and the kick by Axon is up and good. We're at halftime. The Pirates take a 10-3 lead as we go to the locker rooms, and the Pirates have all the momentum as they take it to the half. We're going to send it back to the studio, and Kim will take you through halftime. We'll be back with what should be an exciting second half, and we'll see you back here in about 20 minutes. Again, Boaz leads it 10-3 at halftime. This is the Boaz Network.
Design your Cabco dream home from the outside in at J&J Homes of Albertville. Crafted with care and engineered to last, your custom options are endless. Both J&J and Cabco Builders are proud to be locally based, family-owned, and independently operated. Home ownership made easy. Come by to get their lowest price guarantee with several finance options available, including zero-down options with land or approved credit. Cabco Builders and J&J Homes of Albertville, your dream team for your dream home.
Hey folks, Mark Bricky, Sand Mountain Toyota. There's a lot to consider when buying a truck. Towing capacity, cab space, gas mileage, resale value. When you're talking with your salesman, is he willing to sit behind the wheel of the same kind of truck he claims to stand behind? Here at Sand Mountain Toyota, we buy what we sell. Not only do we stand behind our trucks, we put our own money and trust in Toyota trucks, just like you. Come by and check out our huge selection of popular Toyota trucks. Sand Mountain Toyota, we're more than a dealership.
Since 1952, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service has been the place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. Our family takes pride in carrying on the tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. for tires, batteries, auto services, and more. Choose the people you can trust. With 10 locations to serve you, including Albertville and Gunnersville, at Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh, quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
Foodland, your football tailgating headquarters.
Back to Vernon Wells Stadium at McCord Field. Patrick Williams, Ricky Smith, and Troy Rogers, our broadcast crew tonight. As the Boaz Pirates lead the Albertville Aggies 10-3 at halftime, and Ricky, it took a while for the Boaz offense to get it going, but a key turnover late in that first half got the Boaz Pirates their first touchdown.
That was. Boaz drove down, got a field goal, tied it 3-3. Albertville got the ball with a couple of minutes to go.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Hey.
I don't hear anything on the air. I don't know what's going on.
Let me see if hold on, let me make sure. Let me look at the picture thing here. Okay, down, up, up.
Let me hit a commercial.
Hold on. Now can you?
Okay.
I flipped one switch down. So, in middle.
Let us just call you back. See
Yeah.
if that helps.
Okay, that'd be fine. Thanks.
Down, up, 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 down, down, middle, down.
Has to be something on her end. She can hear us.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's try it.
All right, we had some technical difficulties there. Albertville is getting the second half kickoff and bringing it back across the 30-yard line is the return man.
I believe it was number 8.
And that is Colin Parker.
And kick down to the 5. So Aristine, pretty deep kick down to the 5. Albertville returns it to the 32-yard line, so about a 24-yard return. So Albertville begins the second half. First possession there at the 32. Really and truly, as much as you think Albertville moved the ball the first half, they only ended up with 57 total yards. So good job by the defense of Boaz.
Here's C.J. Zuniga. They're going to hand off immediately to the big man, Igwensley Sarant, and Boaz has him very well defensed. Peyton Knight, first man there. I talked to Peyton's mother at halftime, and she was excited about his play. Second down and 9 after a gain, we'll say, of about half a yard.
And of those yardage that Albertville had at the half, they had 56 yards rushing and only 1 yard passing. Zuniga was 1 out of 5 for 1 yard.
3 men come wide to the left, and this is going to be an option pitch out to the right. And crossing the 35 is the running back. And then they will push him backwards. They'll give him the 38-yard line, and the Aggies will need about 4 yards on third down here.
First half, really neither team was good on third downs in the first half. Both teams were actually 1 out of 6. So big third down coming up right here for both teams. If you're Albertville, you don't want to give the ball back to the Boaz offense, especially the way the Pirate offense moved the ball in that end of the second quarter.
All right, 2 men will go wide right. Zuniga is going to hand off to Shera running to the right, and I believe he gets the 40-yard line, maybe the 41, and it is going to be, we'll give him the 41. They'll be a yard short. It'll be 4th and a yard, and what we saw from the Aggies in this situation in the first half, Ricky, was the tush push.
Yeah, let's see if Coach Weingarten will want to do it right here, especially in your own end of the end zone, own end of the field, because, you know, they had one play in that first half where Boaz basically stood Zuniga up, for no gain. So he's actually
in the gun here,
yeah.
and they will go 4th and 1 from the 41. They're going to hand off. They're handing off to Parker, running right. Got the first down as he crosses the 40 and will go down at about the 44. So just a simple handoff from left to right. And he's able to get the chains moving here for Albertville. It's 1st and 10 at their own 44. Boaz leading at 10-3, 9.5 minutes roughly to play, just underway here in the third quarter. Here are some scores from other games. Cherokee County leading Arab 13-0. New Hope on top of DAR 21-0. I'll give you a few more as we go here. Here's motion by one man. They're going to hand it right up the middle to Sarant. And he, again, is very tough to bring down. Drew Patel, the first man to hit him. He's going to gain about 5 on that one, Ricky. 2nd and 5 from their own 49. Brindley Mountain all over Vina, 33-0 in their game. Fort Payne trails Gunnersville 14-10. Pisgah, a point better than Pisgah, 29-28. Sardis and Cleburne County tied at 7, and Douglas leads Susan Moore 14-0. 2nd and 5. Here is a snap, and going down right there at the handoff was Sarant. He kind of slipped on the turf there as he was getting the handoff, and that will cost him all of the yards almost that he got on the first down carry.
Yeah, they're going to mark it all the way back to the 45. So loss of 4 yards. So now 3rd down and 9. So they were looking to possibly get in a 3rd and short or pick up a first down. But now Boaz, to no fault of their own, Sarant just slipped. 3rd and 9. So another big 3rd down play here on this drive.
It would not surprise me, Ricky, to see Zuniga try to throw it long here. They've tried it a couple of times with Prater, and Levi Tucker's had good coverage on him. Let's see if they try it again. Here he goes. He's going to load up. He is going to look to throw deep. Looking down the field, he's got a man wide open. He overthrows him. He had him on the wheel route. Kobe Watson was wide open over here on the sideline at about the 25-yard line, and Zuniga just simply overthrew his intended receiver.
I wasn't watching Watson. I was watching Prater, who was about the numbers, and Prater actually fell down. I thought he was the intended target, but he actually fell down. But nonetheless, Boaz gets the stop, and now Zuniga in to punt the ball. So Boaz is going to get the ball back to their first possession of the second half.
Porter and Bennett, Sage Bennett, are deep. This is going to be a knuckleball. Sage is going to take it at the 25. He's to the 30. 35. We saw Sage Bennett make 2 really good kickoff returns last week. But he makes a good punt return here. He's got it. He gets it to the 35. Boaz will start with good field position on their first possession offensively.
31-yard
second half.
31-yard punt by Zuniga. 11 yards on the punt return by Sage Bennett. So Boaz with decent field position to start their first possession of the second half. Let's see if maybe they've made the adjustments in this second half like they did last week.
Jaden Durden has checked into the offensive line here for Boaz.
As a kind of a tight end. Well, they got 2 tight ends on this side.
Here is Bo Bennett in the gun. Fant in the backfield with him. They're going to hand off to Presley on a counter play. Trying to get outside. He's breaking tackles.
He runs over number 15, Evan House.
And up to the 40-yard line he goes, or close to it. And it'll be 2nd down for the Pirates. Yeah, they'll put it right at the 40. So a 5-yard gain for Fan on first down as Durden checks in. Jay Patterson checks back into the game, and he'll be the wideout going out to the left.
First half, Presley Fant had 9 carries for 39 yards. 5 yards on that pickup there.
Empty backfield now for Bo. 3 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left. And that one's going to be blown dead. Boaz moved early. It was somebody, I think, on the right side of the offensive line. Or maybe the receiver took off early. It's going to cost Boaz the 5 yards they just got, though, on first down. And that was one of the things that really hampered the Pirates in the first half, Ricky, were pre-snap penalties.
Yeah, and they had 5 of them. They had 5 penalties in the first half for 23 yards, and they basically all were pre-snap penalties. And I know it's kind of loud, but you got to be prepared for that.
And here's another flag coming out before the snap, and I think they got Boaz again. So they're going to mark them back 5 more yards. So just like that, 10 yards in penalties, and it's going to be 2nd down and 15 at the 30.
I mean, Coach Pruitt talked about it in the pregame report. They've been practicing all week with music and loud noise going over the PA system, preparing for this.
So 2nd and 15 now. Here's Bo, backs up, looking to throw. They're trying to throw a screen out to Fant. He has it, sidestep to man, 35-40. He's to the 45 and has run out of bounds, maybe just shy of the 45. He gets all the penalty yardage back, and Boaz is going to have 3rd and short here, 3rd and a couple. Up to the 43 is where they'll put it.
Now you're facing 3rd and 2. Just be smart. Don't jump off sides or don't jump early, and you've got a chance to keep the drive alive.
Landon Baker checks into the offensive backfield. He'll be a blocker, and Fant gets the call off the right side, and he's going to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He does not make it past that, and it's going to be 4th down and 2. Actually, they are going to give him 1 yard. No, they're not. They're going to say right there at the 43, and Boaz will be forced to punt here. They were unable to punch it off the right side, which is where Fant was trying to go. And it'll be 4th and 2, and he'll now back up to punt it away. Standing deep is Cooper Scott.
He punted 4 times for 23-yard average, and one of them was a 14, and another one was real short. So see if he can get off a good one here.
Good snap back to him. It is going to be a decent punt. It's going to hit in front of Scott, take a little bit of a Boaz roll inside the 25, and it will be down at about the 23-yard line by Jackson Taylor. Or correction, by Landon Baker.
33-yard punt that time for Presley Fant.
6:03 to play here in the 3rd quarter, and I think we've got, do we have the heat timeout here? We do. We're going to break away quickly as Boaz leads this one 10-3 midway through the 3rd quarter. This is the Boaz Network.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
Save big, sell bigger. Now list your home for 2% with RE/MAX Guntersville and RE/MAX Heritage in Arab as they've embraced the new changes in real estate. Call the number on the screen to talk with an agent to find out how you can now keep more of what's yours by listing your home for 2%. Discover the difference with RE/MAX, one of the most trusted names in real estate, where you know you're always getting quality service. Make that call today to start your 2% listing where you'll keep more of what's yours and save big, sell bigger.
You never know what somebody's going through when they come in the bank. Calling them by name is so very important. Just make a difference in somebody's life today.
Lake Guntersville Pool and Spas is your home for custom pool design and construction, along with service, sales, and repair. They're also your authorized dealer for Bullfrog Spas and Swim Spas. For your new construction or redesign of your existing personalized outdoor space, visit our large showroom, located at the top of the mountain in Guntersville. Call Lake Guntersville Pool and Spas at 256-582-4050.
1, you're on.
1st and 10 Albertville at the 24. And here is Zuniga. He is going to roll out, looking to throw. He's trying to throw back to this near side. He goes to the other side, and oh man, what a hit put on the far side by Cooper Horton. We saw him make a big hit last week. Boaz, Ricky, had that very well defended. Zuniga went with a little misdirection, tried to throw back to the left, nothing there. Threw back to the open receiver on the right. And Horton was there after only a gain of about 2.
Yeah,
or maybe 1.
Kobe Watson was a receiver, and they give him up to the 25-yard line, so a gain of 1.
But now they're going to move it up to the 26. So a 2-yard gain for Watson, but he paid the price. All right, here's motion on a sweep. That's Sweat, turns it inside, and somebody wrapped him up after he crossed the 25 down to about the 28. I think that was Bennett. No, it was Noah Ford who made the hit there. And a gain up to the 28-yard line, I think, 27-yard line, 28-yard line. And it'll be third down and about 6 here for Albertville. So that was a gain of a couple as well. Boaz defensed that well. Sweat had a couple of really nice runs. And after the big game he had against Arab, Ricky, Boaz has contained him pretty well.
They have, yes. So another big third down play here.
And there's movement all over the field.
They
and
got
I think they got a flag coming out from the judge on the far side. The entire right side of the Albertville offense took off. Receivers and line, and that will cost them 5 yards back to the 23. And they've had their share of pre-snap penalties tonight.
Yeah, that's 5 penalties all told for Albertville. I think they had the one big personal foul penalty, but other than that, their other 4 have been pre-snap penalties. So that's what you've had. We had one, they jumped offsides defense a couple times, but it's been a lot of just small 5-yard penalties.
3rd and 11 here for Zuniga. He is going to look to throw. He's in trouble. Durden's after him back there. He's going to waste this one into the sideline and incomplete. Jaden Durden did a good job beating his man and getting into the backfield. He was coming on a blitz.
And that's where I think the bigger size for us outsizing them may come into play in this second half, and I think that's what you saw there.
So a 4th down coming here as Zuniga will back up to punt.
So now, if nothing else, we're flipping the field. We're playing a field position game, and we should get pretty decent field position out of this.
Dayton Porter and Sage Bennett are deep for the punt. High snap. Zuniga climbs the ladder to get it and gets a beauty out of there. Nice hang time. Fair catch called for by Sage Bennett at the 48 of Boaz, and Boaz will start there with this next possession here. Good defensive stand by Boaz there, and a beautiful punt by C.J. Zuniga. That one really turned over for him, Ricky.
And again, yeah, a good punt right there. And again, Boaz defense, as we did most of last week, has played a great game. You know, they kept Albertville out of the end zone, giving up the field goal, and has not really allowed Albertville any big explosive plays and any extended drives.
So here's Boaz, 1st and 10 at their own 48. Way back in the backfield on the left side is Porter. They're going to pass it to him on the run. He has it and speeds ahead inside Albertville territory to about the 48. We saw that play last year a few times with Elijah Kelly being that receiver. They gave it to Porter there, and he goes forward for about 4.
Yeah, he was just almost like a Canadian Football League play where you just kind of get a running start, but pick up a 4 on the play.
So a bunch formation out on the numbers to the right. Pistol formation, Fant lining up behind Bennett. They're going to leave it with Presley. He's not going anywhere. They're going to drop him for a loss. They hit him in the backfield at about midfield and took him backwards. I think they're going to give him
a yard loss back to the 49.
Yeah.
And for the most part, Albertville has done a good job against Presley. 12 carries, 41 yards, and you know, they watched the film last week, what he did, and they've keyed on him.
Boaz is going with an empty backfield here on 3rd and 7. Bennett is going to pass it out to Porter. Porter looking for some room on the right side, trying to get the 1st down. He's going to be very close. He's going to be about, a yard short maybe?
Yard and a half.
They'll put it just outside the 43. Boaz has got to get to the 42. So about a yard and a half here on 4th down for Boaz.
That was a 8-yard pickup.
This is a big play in the game here. 4th.
You almost feel like 4 down territory. Oh, this is 4th down.
It is. Bennett, hard count. 4th, and they do not bite. Albertville stays disciplined there. 4th down and a yard and a half. He's going to throw it out to Sage. Sage got his 1st down and still on his feet, spinning to the 35 and out of bounds. He'll go at about the 34-yard line. Just a quick screen out to Sage Bennett.
Great play. I think Albertville thought it was going to try to get it. They probably be Presley up the middle, but a good call, good blocking out here by the offensive receivers out here.
Trips out to the left. Fan in the backfield, lining up to the left of Bo Bennett. Bo is going to hand it to Fant. Hurdled one man in the backfield and is able to net positive yardage into about the 30. Boaz was fortunate there. It looked like one of the offensive linemen was about to stand up early, but he held his ground and was able to get Fant 3 yards there. 2nd down and 7 at the 31. 2:26, 2:25 clock ticking here in the third. Boaz leading by a 10-3 score.
I feel like the way the defense is played, if you could get a touchdown here to go up 2 touchdowns, get a little bit of breathing room.
Fant running on a sweep to the left. He's got room out there. He's at the 25, and they'll knock him down at about the 24. He's going to be close to another Boaz first down. That was a nice stretch play out to the left, and they do move the chains. And Boaz will get a new set of downs at the 24-yard line.
Pickup of 7 yards on the play.
Auburn leading Baylor 17-10 at the half, for those of you who might be watching that game or not watching that game. Like we aren't. 1st and 10 for Boaz. Really tight set here, Ricky, to the right. They're going to fake to Fant. They're going to leave it on an end around, and they're going to blow this one dead. They were trying to give it to Jay Patterson, who was sweeping from left to right behind the quarterback, but this one is going to cost Boaz 5 yards, a false start again. And that will move the ball back to the 29 and put the Pirates in a 1st and 15. They've been in 1st and long, 2nd and long so often tonight. So 3 wide receivers out to the right, 2 to the left, nobody in the backfield with Bo Bennett. Bo takes the snap. He's going to fake. No, he is going to throw it to Dayton Porter, and they're going to blow this one dead as well. And not sure, was there a flag that came out? It is a false start on Boaz again. So back to the 34 it goes, and Boaz will face 1st and 20. And we saw this in the first half, Ricky. They get a little momentum and then pre-snap penalties. And I didn't see who left early that time.
I didn't see that one either.
So back to the 34, 1st and 20. Bennett. Before he snaps it, this time I think it's an offsides call against Albertville. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Aggies. Well, I know it's early in the season, but you really don't expect this, to have so much movement prior to the snap. So it's now 1st and 15, back to the 29. Fant lines up to the left of Bennett. Bennett's going to set up, wants to throw on a slant. He has Sage to the 20, and down he goes close to the 15-yard line, and he is slow in getting up, wanting a little hand, and nobody helps him. He gets up on his own. Jackson Taylor came in to get him, but he was a little bit late there. But he takes it down to about the 16. Sage got hit hard that time. He's limping a little bit, but Boaz will face 2nd down and about 2 from the 16-yard line. Albertville expecting a Presley Fant run. That's what they get, but Fant has some room inside the tackles. Inside the 15, he'll go down to about the 10. That'll be a 1st down Boaz, and it's going to be a goal-to-go situation from the 10-yard line. Nose end, Ricky, at the 10 for Boaz. 1st and goal. Ball in the middle of the field. Bunch formation on the numbers to the right. Fant in the pistol. Here's Bo. He's going to leave it with Presley again, running right to the 5. He is falling forward as the pursuit caught up with him as he spins to about the 4. It's 2nd and goal from there. That was a good hole off the right side.
I think if they want to, they can hold the ball and not snap it again in this quarter. I think the game clock's about a half a second ahead of the play clock.
I believe you're right, and I believe that's what Boaz is going to do here. Clock expiring. Continues to wind down here. And that's exactly what happens. So we will switch ends of the field, and when we do, Boaz will have a 2nd and goal from the 4 to start the 4th quarter. We're going to go to a break here, and we'll be back with the 4th. This is the Boaz Network.
You'll like banking at People's Independent Bank and PIB Mortgage. Here, you'll receive a high level of personal service, a full array of accounts and services, a variety of mortgage loans, local loan decisions, and you will see active corporate citizenship throughout our footprint. Step up to true community banking at People's Independent Bank. www.pibonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 466340.
Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative is a proud supporter of our community and our local schools, academics, and athletics. Best of luck to all our local teams throughout the season. Our mission at Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative is to provide the most reliable electrical service at the lowest possible rate. We strive to achieve our mission with quality and reliable service and a commitment to our consumer needs. We want to be a beacon in each community that we serve.
This is Julie Battles for Twilight Monument Company. It's hard to lose someone you love, and at Twilight Monument Company, they want to help give your loved one a nice memorial that you can enjoy for generations. Come see my papa, Jerry Battles, at Twilight Monument Company, 256-593-7792.
Since 1956 and through 3 generations, the C.A. Langford Company has provided crushed limestone, sand, asphalt, and more, from large commercial projects to small jobs and residential needs. For products and services information, call 582-5723 or visit their informative website, calangford.company.
Make a correction to a score I gave earlier in the 3rd quarter. Fife leads Pisgah 29-28. Pisgah is not leading itself. Boaz leading 10-3 here, trying to add more. 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line as we start the 4th quarter. Here's the snap. They give to Fan. Fan off the left side. Fan is in. Touchdown, Boaz! Presley Fant muscles it in for his first touchdown of the night and his 5th touchdown of the season. And the Pirates take a 2-score lead on the first play of the 4th quarter.
10 plays, 52 yards, 4 minutes and 15 seconds.
Extra point attempt coming up here by Aristine. He approaches, the kick is in the air, the kick splits the uprights and is good. 11:56 remaining. It is Boaz 17 and the Albertville Aggies 3. We'll be back. This is the Boaz Network. Boaz breaking the scoreboard here, up now 17-3. A pair of field goals by the 2 teams, and Boaz with 2 touchdowns, one on the final play of the half and the other on the first play of the 4th quarter.
And that quarter right there, Boaz, defensively we've been talking about how well the defense is playing. They allowed Albertville only 17 total yards in that 3rd quarter. Boaz, theirself, having about 75 or 80 total yards.
Boaz overcame a number of pre-snap penalties on that drive,
Yeah, they
too.
did, yes. Boaz now up to 9 penalties, only 38 yards, but pretty much all of them are 5-yard variety. And then you had a couple inside the 5, half the distance in that first half.
All right, here's Aristine to kick off for Boaz. He's going to kick a short one again, getting over there, and it's going out of bounds at about the 30. They tried that same play, Ricky, over on the other side of the field, and a late flag comes in after the play, and Sage Bennett is coming off the field. He's definitely favoring a right leg. Not sure what happened, but it looks like there's going to be a dead ball foul after the kick out of bounds here, and we'll get the signal from the referee. I think we're going to have a re-kick here. They're going to move the kick back, or move Boaz back to about the 30 to the 35 and make them kick it again. Remember, Sage Bennett, he's over on the sideline getting some help with some cramps. And Boaz has got to get a man on the field here, another man on the field, because Boaz only has 10 men out there. And there goes Dhruv Patel, who is going to join the kick team. So Boaz will have to kick it again. Remember, Aristine has only kicked it deep once. The other two have been kind of the short variety. Now Albertville, expecting that, have moved some of their up men into those spaces, Ricky.
You know, the kick of the first kick of the second half, he kicked it down inside the 10.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just trying to avoid the long kick. We'll see what he does here.
Boaz would really like for him to get a big boot into this one. And he's going to kick it. It's going to come down at about the 16-yard line. That's Cooper Scott looking for some room, and he won't find much. He is going to be taken down at about the 21 by Mac Thompson, and also converging with Sport Watford. They got him down. We'll call it the 26. I said the 21. It's actually the 26, but he didn't get much on that return.
He did not. That was great coverage by Boaz, and now you just actually going 26-yard line. Actually, just keep doing what you've been doing defensively.
They've been able to get some pressure on Zuniga, and that's been huge.
Yeah, he's 2 out of 8 for only 3 yards. Albertville with only 71 yards rushing on 26 carries. Their leading ball carrier, Sarant, 9 carries for 33 yards.
And he's in the backfield lined up to the left of Zuniga, and he's going to send Sweat out of the backfield. They're going to pass across the middle. He was open, but he missed him completely. They were trying to get it to Kobe Watson. He was open down at about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, he kind of threw it behind him.
He did. Threw it behind him. And he had time to throw.
He did. Boaz didn't have much of a rush.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Aggies here.
And we talk about quarterbacks. Bo Bennett is 15 out of 23 for 134 yards.
Looked like Albertville was headed toward their sideline. And what's going on here? The official is going over to talk to the line judge on the far side. And must have been a clock issue. They must have left the clock running after the incompletion's the only thing I can come up with. Right now the clock is at 11:20.
I mean, they took
over. Now they're
going
to put it to 11:25.
Yeah, they took over with 11:45, I believe.
I'm not sure that play took 20 seconds.
No.
But that's where it is, 11:25. Boaz leading 17-3, 2nd and 10 Aggies at the 26. Here's Zuniga. Zuniga is going to run the option. He's going to pitch it out to Sarant, running to the left, trying to get ahead of some blockers. He won't. They will drop him, Will Boaz, at the line of scrimmage. That was good pursuit as they strung that one out, Ricky. He was trying to go left. Boaz had a good press as they put him on the ground. Forwards over there, Braden Bennett, Mac Thompson. There was a lot of white jerseys over there to make the tackle on the Gwensley Sarant.
Boaz has done a pretty good job when they ran the option tonight.
So a yard gain for him. It'll be 3rd and 9 from the 27. Trips formation out to the Zuniga's right. And he is going to back up and look to throw. He's looking, trying to shoot a pass. Oh, it's caught by Sweat for a first down. Great pass by Zuniga as he hit the Sweat just over the outstretched arms of Mac Thompson. And that will move the chains up to the 41-yard line. And Sweat is limping heavily. He may have a cramp himself here.
14 yards on the pickup from Zuniga to Sweat. Albertville with new life. Again, up to their own 41-yard line.
So 2 wide receivers will go out to the left, 2 men in the backfield with Zuniga. Zuniga is going to hand off up the middle to Parker. He's hit hard as he gets about a yard or 2. That was Patel who made the big hit on Colin Parker. And they'll give him couple of yards up to the 43. Second down and 8 for the Aggies.
And right now, with Albertville running the ball and don't seem to be in any hurry, the clock is the friend of the Boaz Pirates.
Parker's going to check out. Number 38, Jakari Kirkland, has checked into the offensive backfield. He'll line up to the right of Zuniga, who will send 2 receivers out to his left. And they're going to hand off to Kirkland. Kirkland trying to turn the corner and brought down from behind. And I think this was going to be a face mask as the referee dropped the flag.
Yeah, either a face mask or horse collar.
Thompson on the tackle made a good play, but I think it's going to result in a horse collar tackle as he grabbed Kirkland from behind. That's the first time we've seen Kirkland carry the ball tonight. And Boaz defensed him well, but it's going to cost him 15 yards here on the horse collar tackle. All the way up to the Boaz 41, Ricky. Boaz leading at 17-3, 9:47 remaining. Coming right is Prater. Full house backfield for Zuniga. Puts a man in motion. They're going to give it up the middle to Kirkland. Kirkland runs forward, and he is met. I think Maximus Rosario was the first man to hit him. Then he was finished off by Braden Bennett. And they will give Kirkland a gain of about, what is that, Ricky, 4 yards?
4 yards up to the 37, yes.
So second down and 6 as Kirkland has come in to run the football for the Aggies. Haven't seen Sarant on this drive. Kirkland is in the backfield along with Sweat. They're on either side of Zuniga, and there's motion, and they're going to hand off to Kirkland. Man, he's met in the hole. Nice plug in the hole by Braden Bennett. And he stops Kirkland right there for no gain. Kirkland, the senior, 5'8", 170. But he was met after a gain of a yard. That was a generous spot.
It was. I thought they had him at the line of scrimmage. Good hit by Bennett. Sarant back into the game now. Kirkland to the sideline.
So 3rd and 5, 4-down territory you might expect here for Albertville at the Boaz 36. Zuniga puts a man in motion. He's going to back up, wants to throw. They're going to throw the middle screen, and they cannot complete it. Trying to get it to Parker, and Zuniga throws it short, and that will bring up 4th down. They had it set up very well.
It was. I mean, they let the Boaz rush come through, but they, like you said, he just kind of short-armed it over the rushers and bounced it in. So now big 4th down, 4th and 6, 4th and 5. Albertville 2 out of 2 on 4th downs tonight.
It was the freshman Mac Thompson who was in the face of Zuniga that time. May have forced the errant throw. All right, trips to the right on this 4th and 5. Aggies need to convert. Zuniga wants to roll out, looking to throw, shoots a pass that is incomplete. Again, he threw it short of Sweat right down the right hash. A correction, that was Prater who was the intended receiver. Kobe Watson, I'm sorry. I'll get it right in a minute. And Boaz will take over on downs. And I don't think Boaz did anything really all that special defensively, Ricky, on that drive. Zuniga short on a few passes.
They just played solid, stopped the run, and really and truly, like you said, Albertville, Zuniga just wasn't throwing the ball like he needed to. He wasn't putting the zip on it. So Boaz, now you just want to run the ball, pick up some first downs, and maybe score another touchdown and put this away.
All right, here's Bo Bennett with the pistol. Presley Fant. He's going to get the handoff, running to the left, turns the corner. He is to the 40, still on his feet, fights his way to the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 9 on 1st down. And, Ricky, what we saw last week against Madison County was Fant getting stronger. We talked about this earlier in the game as the game went on, and that seems to be the case here as this Aggie defense might be wearing down just a touch.
76 yards and on 18 carries.
2nd down and a yard, ball nose in at the 45. Pirates using a lot of clock here as they lead at 17-3 with now 7.5 minutes to play. Bennett with Fant behind him.
Boaz trying to run a little clock.
And they'll hand off to him, looking for the first down, fighting his way forward. And they'll stop him and push him backwards. And he will not get the first down. They'll say the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So Boaz is going to be in 3rd and a yard. He might have stutter-stepped, and that cost him right there a little bit.
I think, if he could just go straight into the hole with his momentum, I think he picks up the first down.
So 3rd and a yard at the 45. Can the Boaz keep this drive going? They'll be in a slot formation to the right. Bennett with Fant behind him. Takes a snap, leaves it with Fant running to the right. Got his first down to midfield. He's in the open field to the 40, to the 35, 30. Presley Fant to the 20, 15, 10, 5. He is into the end zone. Touchdown, Boaz! 55 yards. He had a couple of Aggies pursuing him, Ricky, at about the 10, and he was not going to be denied.
No, that was classic Presley Fant, and that's what you want right there. And that might have been, you hope, the final nail in the coffin.
And now Axon Aristine to attempt the extra point. One of the officials had gone to tend to something on the sideline, and now he is lining up under the goalpost for this extra point attempt. Aristine kicks it in the air. He is perfect on the season. Now 7 out of 7, plus a field goal to his credit tonight. 6:28 to play. Boaz leading 24-3. This is the Boaz Network.
Design your Cabco dream home from the outside in at J&J Homes of Albertville. Crafted with care and engineered to last, your custom options are endless. Both J&J and Cabco builders are proud to be locally based, family-owned, and independently operated. Home ownership made easy. Come by to get their lowest price guarantee with several finance options available, including zero-down options with land or approved credit. Cabco builders and J&J Homes of Albertville, your dream team for your dream home.
People's Bank is my go-to place for banking.
When you deal with People's, their goal is your success.
Here at People's Bank, it's more about a relationship.
I know my bankers, and I've got their cell numbers. I just call them.
If we had been with a larger bank, we would have just been a number. We're supported 100% by People's Bank.
They're our neighbor, they're our friends. We're part of this community.
I went to People's Bank because I knew they were going to take care of me.
People's Bank treat us like we're the most important client they have.
Ricky, just before Presley Fant made that long touchdown run, you had talked about his rushing total for the night. Now he's up to
131 yards, 20 carries. And I believe they're taking the heat time out here too. But now after so bad in the first half, and I've got to pull the first half stats back up right quick. We had 116 total yards, 24 yards rushing, up to 116 yards rushing now, 250 total yards. I mentioned earlier, Bo Bennett is 15 out of 23.
He's not had to throw the ball much.
He's not had to throw it much. Sage Bennett was 7 catches for 102 yards. Dayton Parker 5 for 17. But yeah, they've come out this second half and pretty much dominated both sides of the ball, just like we did last week. Albertville now with only 97 total yards, only 40 in the second half.
And Boaz will kick off here with 6:28 remaining, and now leading 24-3. And you can just tell, Ricky, from the body language of the Aggies that it's going to be tough for them to come back.
It is, especially the way they've not been able to put anything together offensively. I mean, and you're down 3 touchdowns, and you only got 6.5 minutes to go.
And Boaz's defense has been sensational tonight, allowing just 3 points.
Aristide's got it teed up in the middle of the field now. I believe when he does that, that means that he's just going to try to kick it as deep as he can.
And he does get a good leg into this one. It's going to drive Cooper Scott back to the 11 near the sideline, 20, 25, and he is met by Jay Patterson and will be dropped as Scott goes to the 34-yard line. Looked like somebody's mouthpiece flew up in the air there. They're going to put him at the 35, so a good return by Scott. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Aggies from there. Defensive coordinator Court Coley. I think it may have been Braden Bennett's mouthpiece. He just got an extra mouthpiece from the sideline.
And now you figure Albertville's got to throw the ball.
Yeah, so the Boaz secondary, who has played well tonight, they got to keep it going. Slot is to the left, 2 men flanking Zuniga in the backfield. He's going to put a man in motion. That's Sweat. Zuniga is going to throw it out to Sweat on the screen pass behind the line, and he is going to be run down on the sideline by Mac Thompson. Good pursuit by Thompson over there. Also helping out was Horton, Cooper Horton. So that will be a loss, Ricky, of a couple of yards back to the 33.
Yeah, good coverage by Thompson and Horton over there.
So 2nd down and 12 for Albertville, and he got out of bounds, so that stopped the clock with 6:08. One man coming wide right, that's Teixeira. We know he's got some speed. We saw that in the first half a couple of times. And here is Zuniga. They're going to look to throw deep. Over here on the sideline, man wide open. It is caught by Watson inside Boaz territory down at about the 43-yard line. Down to the 41, they'll say he goes. They ran that wheel route earlier in the game, Ricky, and if you'll recall, Zuniga missed his receiver. That time he was right on the money.
He was.
And Boaz did not pick him up.
He did not pick him up, and Coach Coley was in the ear of one of the Boaz defensive backs, I believe, probably the one that that was not where he was supposed to be.
So 1st and 10 at the Boaz 41 for the Aggies.
He didn't get out of bounds, so the clock is now kept
Zuniga
running.
going left. Shoots a pass out to the left to the sideline and is short, incomplete, looking for Prater over there. That will stop the clock. 2nd and 10 at the 41. Hustling out of the game for Boaz is Landon Baker.
Nelson Roden, I believe, came in. They're trying to run some players in and out, keep them fresh, especially this late in the game.
Boaz leading at 24-3 with 5:39 remaining. Albertville at the 40, Boaz 41 on a 2nd and 10. 2 wide receivers, twins going out to the left. Zuniga is going to switch his backs as Parker is in the backfield. Now he wants to throw. CJ looking. Pass is intercepted by Horton to the 40, 45, 50. Cooper Horton to the 45 down the sideline, inside the 35, and a flag coming out after the play or on the return, as Cooper Horton has his first interception. I think that's his first career interception for Horton, and he was in the right place at the right time. First pick of the game, and it is in the arms of Cooper Horton. We'll check the penalty here.
It's coming back, so it must be an illegal block. But it's only coming back. Boaz is going to have good field position at the Albertville 39-yard line.
And that is indeed the first career interception for Cooper Horton. And a nice run back. Cooper's got some speed.
He does.
He can turn it on. And he did there, but block in the back is going to cost Boaz back to the Albertville 39, and Boaz will operate here with 5:28 to play. Bennett. And that one's, I think, somebody on the right side of the line moved. By the way, a new running back in the game for Boaz. No, that's Fan, I'm sorry. And he got the kick. It's actually going to be a penalty against the Aggies, offsides. I thought somebody on the right side of the line moved for Boaz, but evidently somebody came across for the Aggies. And the Pirates will have it 1st and 5. Fant dotting the pistol behind Bo Bennett. Takes a snap, leaves it with Presley. Gets out of the grasp of one man in the backfield and turns it down the field. He's got room, 30, 25. Fant to the 20. Oh. Fant has hit very hard at about the 15-yard line. Big hit by Keegan Thompson. But Fant pops right up. He's tough.
Down to the 14-yard line.
He was caught behind the line by Zach Jenkins, and he shook him off and then just exploded.
20 yards on the carry.
And a timeout taken here, I believe, by Albertville. 5:16 to play. Boaz leading 24-3. We're coming right back. This is the Boaz Network.
Pour it on.
Design your Cabco dream home from the outside in at J&J Homes of Albertville. Crafted with care and engineered to last, your custom options are endless. Both J&J and Cabco builders are proud to be locally based, family-owned, and independently operated. Home ownership made easy. Come by to get their lowest price guarantee with several finance options available, including zero-down options with land or approved credit. Cabco Builders and J&J Homes of Albertville, your dream team for your dream home.
At the Carpet Store, Highway 431 in Albertville, we're more than just our name. Sure, we're carpet, but we're so much more. We're ceramic floors, showers, backsplashes. We're hardwood, laminate, and luxury vinyl tile. We're installation supplies, vinyl flooring, and remnants. Why not visit our beautiful showroom and let our professional sales staff show you all the things we are? The Carpet Store, Mosley Flooring, Highway 431 in Albertville, where we're so much more than just our name.
At Piggly Wiggly, we work hard to deliver the very best to you and your family. We offer only the top quality Black Canyon Angus beef, Swift natural fresh pork, grade A Kegel fresh chicken, smoked, processed, and frozen meat items. One of the most popular promotions at Piggly Wiggly is our Pick 5 meat program. Purchase a single pack of meat and pay our everyday low price, or purchase 5 packages marked with the bright red Pick 5 label for just $19.99. You get the best of both worlds, great quality meats and a super low price. You'll always find low prices throughout Piggly Wiggly.
Albertville calling timeout to try to stem the tide here a little bit.
A lot of the Albertville fans have headed to the exit. The road out here is cars out there, and a lot of their bleachers over there are emptying out. So Boaz looking to add another touchdown on here.
Fant in the pistol behind Bo Bennett. And this one will be stopped before the play is run. That's going to be a false start on Boaz. So 5-yard penalty will be marked off against the Pirates here.
That is the 13th penalty against Boaz
Wow.
for 106 yards. Albertville with only 6 penalties, but a lot of Boaz has been, I'm sure that'll be the key message. Too many false starts.
All right, here's Presley Fant getting the handoff on the right side, and he's stacked up. It took about 4 or 5 Aggies to get him on the ground. First man there was Jude Keegan Thompson, who made the big hit on the last play. So that will put the ball at the 18-yard line, so a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down and 14 as Sage Bennett, who has had some problems with cramps tonight, checks back into the game. And Boaz will go with trips to the left. Garrison Lusk is in the game along with Jay Patterson and Sage Bennett. They're out wide right. Fant in the pistol. Bo is going to hand off to Fant. Fant looking for room. Stutter steps, cuts it outside. He's to the 15, accelerates to the 10 on a penalty play, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. I think this one is coming back, though, as the flag was thrown in the middle of the field.
Line.
And it is a holding against Boaz. What acceleration, though, we saw that time from Presley Fant.
Yeah.
He found a hole on the right. May have been because the defender was getting held.
But he gets credit down to the 10-yard line. They'll mark it back to the just to the 20. And then assess the penalty.
It'll be 2nd down and 16 from the 20. So another penalty on the Pirates here. So the Pirates, with the play clock running all the way down to 5, I think they're going to have to spend a timeout, and they do. It'll be 2nd and 16 from the 20 when we get back. The Pirates lead it 24-3. There are 4 minutes and 19 seconds left in this one. We're coming back on the Boaz Network. Boaz with a 2nd down and 16 on the Albertville 20. 4:19 remaining here. Each team with 2 timeouts left.
Boaz just called the timeout there because after the penalty, the play clock was running down. They were going to get penalized for a delay of game if they didn't call the timeout. So 2nd and 16.
Tight bunch formation to the right, 1 man to the left. Fant they're going to fake to him. Bo is looking to throw. He's going to shoot a pass. Sage Bennett with a diving grab down along the 16-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of about 4. Beautiful catch by Sage, who's has been fighting off the cramps here in the second half.
He's well over, I mentioned earlier, he's well over 100 yards receiving. That's 8 catches, 106 yards, and he's got the 1 touchdown, the great touchdown at the end of the first half. Wouldn't be surprised here if Boaz doesn't throw it again.
So 3rd down and about 12 from the 17. They're going to throw it. They're going to throw it out on a bubble screen, and that is caught by Sage. 10-5. Sage leaps. He is in. Touchdown, Boaz. Sage Bennett, his 2nd touchdown catch of the game. And Bo Bennett with his 2nd touchdown pass of the game. And the Pirates lead it 30-3. Extra point coming from Axon Aristine. The kick is good. 3.5 minutes to play. Boaz 31, Albertville 3. This is the Boaz Network.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
Save big, sell bigger. Now list your home for 2% with RE/MAX Guntersville and RE/MAX Heritage in Arab as they've embraced the new changes in real estate. Call the number on the screen to talk with an agent to find out how you can now keep more of what's yours by listing your home for 2%. Discover the difference with RE/MAX, one of the most trusted names in real estate, where you know you're always getting quality service. Make that call today to start your 2% listing where you'll keep more of what's yours and save big, sell bigger.
You never know what somebody's going through when they come in the bank. Calling them by name is so very important. Just make a difference in somebody's life today.
Lake Guntersville Pool and Spas is your home for custom pool design and construction, along with service, sales, and repair. They're also your authorized dealer for bullfrog spas and swim spas. For your new construction or redesign of your existing personalized outdoor space, visit our large showroom, located at the top of the mountain in Guntersville. Call Lake Guntersville Pool and Spas at 256-582-4050.
Ricky Smith, it took Boaz a good while to score in this game. It was the second quarter before they put that field goal up to make it 3-3 as Albertville scored the first 3 points of the game. But in this second half, the Pirates have poured it on.
We scored with a 124. That was when our field goal.
In the half.
In the half, yes.
But it's been all Boaz since then. And Boaz looking to win their 3rd game in a row in this series.
and extend the Aggies streak to 30.
So Axon Aristine will kick off here.
This last one was a good kickoff. Had a couple of deep, and I believe it looks like what they're going to do again.
Cooper Scott, who had a good run back on the last kick, is back there, and along with Colin Parker to receive this one as Aristine gets ready to put this one in the air. There it goes. Going to come down to Scott again, this time inside the 10 at about the 7. He's to the 15, 20, crosses field to the 25, 30. He's to the 35 and pushed out of bounds over on the Albertville sideline at about the 37-yard line. So another good run back by Cooper Scott, who is actually a state champion in the pole vault.
But good job by Axon in these last few, just kicking them deep. We know what we can if we have to. But 37-yard line is where the Aggies will start this last possession, or next possession. And we'll see if they still going to try to throw the ball or what their plan is. Boaz. Looks like they got some new guys in there, but also Cooper Horton still in there.
Here is Zuniga passing it out to Sweat on a bubble screen. And getting over there and making the play was Isaiah Watts, the 5'10", 175-pound sophomore. Boaz was late getting the defense out there, but Watts pretty much ran straight to where the pass went and dropped Sweat for a loss, or for a short gain, pardon me. 2nd down and 8 as a 2-yard gain up to the 39. Zuniga rolling right, looking, pass across the middle is caught. That one is Braxton Hudgens making the reception and tackled right there by Drew Patel. But up to midfield he'll go, Will Hudgens. And it'll be 1st and 10 Aggies right there, nose in at the 50-yard line. Clock moving, 2:38. Boaz leading now 31-3. They're going to send Prater out wide left. Everybody else is in tight for Zuniga here. And they're going to hand off up the middle to Parker. Parker found a hole up the middle, still on his feet, broke free, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Parker down at the 5, hit from behind and taken down by Peyton Knight, who ran him down from behind. He showed a lot of speed, did Peyton Knight. But a goal-to-go situation here for Albertville at the 3. As a big run by Colin Parker right up the middle. And he will be lifted as they get Gwinsley Sarant back in the game. We hadn't seen him in a good while. But he's in the backfield with Zuniga here. Look for him to get the carry on the 3-yard line. No, they're going to look to throw. A timing pattern in the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown on a penalty play.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pass interference against Boaz.
And I believe it was 14, Watson, who made the catch over in the left side of the end zone for the Aggies. Their first touchdown of the night. And the celebratory lights flicker on and off here. So with 2:04 to play, Albertville will attempt the extra point as Philippe Jean will attempt the point after here. The holder is Zuniga. Zuniga does a little bit of everything for the team, Ricky. He's the holder, the punter, the quarterback. And here is Jean, the junior, 5'10", 160-pounder, to kick the point after. And he kicks it up and through for the extra point. 2:04 to play. Albertville with a quick score. It's Boaz 31 and Albertville 10. This is the Boaz Network.
Design your Cabco dream home from the outside in at J&J Homes of Albertville. Crafted with care and engineered to last, your custom options are endless. Both J&J and Cabco Builders are proud to be locally based, family-owned, and independently operated. Home ownership made easy. Come by to get their lowest price guarantee with several finance options available, including zero-down options with land or approved credit. Cabco Builders and J&J Homes of Albertville, your dream team for your dream home.
Hey folks, Mark Brickey, Sand Mountain Toyota. There's a lot to consider when buying a truck. Towing capacity, cab space, gas mileage, resale value. When you're talking with your salesman, is he willing to sit behind the wheel of the same kind of truck he claims to stand behind? Here at Sand Mountain Toyota, we buy what we sell. Not only do we stand behind our trucks, we put our own money and trust in Toyota trucks, just like you. Come by and check out our huge selection of popular Toyota trucks. Sand Mountain Toyota, we're more than a dealership.
Since 1952, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service has been the place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. Our family takes pride in carrying on the tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose the people you can trust. With 10 locations to serve you, including Albertville and Gunnersville, at Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh, quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
Foodland, your football tailgating headquarters.
Quick touchdown drive there for Albertville, Ricky.
Yeah, that was 4 plays, 63 yards in a minute 26. So now you pretty much, Boaz, you got to be looking for onside kick, because Albertville wants to try and see if they can get in it. 3 touchdowns down. And I believe they're going to assess, No, they were right. They were right. Albertville's going right to left.
Not exactly sure what's going on here. Albertville should be kicking from.
Well, no, they must be assessing the pass interference penalty.
Okay, pass interference will be assessed on the kickoff, so the Aggies will kick here from the Boaz 45.
So that's a 15-yard penalty. So yeah.
And let's see, they're expecting the onside kick from Jean here. And Jean is going to kick the onside kick, and it's going to be blown dead prior. And I think Boaz is going to take a timeout here. And Coach Pruitt is asking why they are assessing the pass interference penalty on the kickoff. So he is getting the referee over here to explain, and Coach Pruitt is telling him that's not right.
No, because, if it's pass interference, you decline it and take the touchdown.
Right.
But it was, I didn't see a penalty on the extra point, so.
So 2:01 to play. I think they may have to put some more time back on the clock because I think it was 2:05 when this kick took place. He's saying they either had to take the penalty or the touchdown. If otherwise, it have to be declined.
Unless there's a penalty that we don't know of, and I think Coach Pruitt, I think that's his argument.
So they will indeed keep it at the 45-yard line. I'm not sure about that. I'm going to contact one of my officiating friends, check on that. So an onside kick coming up. Boaz did get a look at what Jean wanted to do with it as they called timeout, and they did not put any time back up. 2:01 to play. And here's the onside kick for Jean. Takes a good bounce, but right there is Drew Patel, and he fields it cleanly, and Boaz will have it to 31. Actually, that may have been Sage Bennett who made that one. Or it may have been Patel. It's hard to tell, Ricky. It was Patel. Okay. Thank you, Troy. He's our spotter. That's what he gets paid for. By the way, region play starts next week, Ricky Smith, as the Pirates will host Scottsboro. And I just got a text from one of my officiating friends that says that we were right, that penalty should not have been assessed on the kickoff.
You know, nothing happened. I mean, we've got the ball, and I feel like we're just going to run the ball. New running back in the game, I believe.
Is that Jonas Cornelius?
It may be. I can't tell.
Going straight ahead. We saw Jonas carry it a couple times last week.
Actually, 24.
So that is going to be Brady McInerney getting a carry here. Brady's been a little bit nicked up. And he's able to get about three on the play. So it'll be 2nd down and 7 from the 34 as Fant is done for the night.
Fant is done for the night with 160 yards on 23 carries. 160.
Brady will get the call, looking for some room. He's got a little, fighting his way forward across the 40. Brady's going to have a first down up to the 41, I think. Should be a first down.
It should be. If it's not, it's close.
They're going to mark him just inside the 40, so he will be about a foot short.
I mean, we've only got to run one more play. We run this play, whether we pick up a first down or not, ball game's over.
Boaz leading 31-10. And Bennett has McInerney behind him. Takes a snap, hands off to Brady. Brady stutter steps and is upended after he gets the first down to the 45. Good hard running by Brady. And they'll wind this clock, Ricky. And that will be it. They're going to line it up and shake hands. And the Boaz Pirates have won their 3rd straight game in this rivalry for the first time since 2007 to 09. Time running down here. Both teams shaking hands. A lot of penalties in this one, but a good clean game, Ricky. And the Pirates win it 31-10.
Horizon Communications' archives of local high school sports and school programs now spans decades and generations, covering multiple sports and programs. DVDs of these memorable events make the perfect gift for any occasion, and the cost is simple and affordable. The first game or program DVD is $20, the second game or program is $15, and then any others are only $10 each, all on their own individual DVD. Pre-1990 games converted from coaches' films are as low as $5 per game. We have hundreds of games from the late 50s on up. Give us a call at 256-582-7373, message us on Facebook, or email mharden@horizoncommunications.net to check the availability of your desired event. Let Horizon Communications help you with the gift of video to be treasured for a lifetime. Since 1992, Horizon Communications has brought you community channel programming. As we're preparing for another season of high school sports, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank our many loyal community-minded sponsors who've supported Horizon's local origination programming through the years. We encourage our local viewers to patronize our local sponsors and let them know how much you enjoy Horizon's community channel broadcast. For information on joining our team of community channel broadcast sponsors, give Mike Harden a call at 256-582-7373. Horizon Communications' archives of local high school sports and school programs now spans decades and generations, covering multiple sports and programs. DVDs of these memorable events make the perfect gift for any occasion, and the cost is simple and affordable. The first game or program DVD is $20, the second game or program is $15, and then any others are only $10 each, all on their own individual DVD. Pre-1990 games converted from coaches' films are as low as $5 per game. We have hundreds of games from the late 50s on up. Give us a call at 256-582-7373, message us on Facebook, or email mharden@horizoncommunications.net to check the availability of your desired event. Let Horizon Communications help you with the gift of video to be treasured for a lifetime. Since 1992, Horizon Communications has brought you community channel programming. As we're preparing for another season of high school sports, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank our many loyal community-minded sponsors who've supported Horizon's local origination programming through the years. We encourage our local viewers to patronize our local sponsors and let them know how much you enjoy Horizon's community channel broadcast. For information on joining our team of community channel broadcast sponsors, give Mike Harden a call at 256-582-7373. Save big, sell bigger. Now list your home for 2% with RE/MAX Guntersville and RE/MAX Heritage in Arab, as they've embraced the new changes in real estate. Call the number on the screen to talk with an agent to find out how you can now keep more of what's yours by listing your home for 2%. Discover the difference with RE/MAX, one of the most trusted names in real estate, where you know you're always getting quality service. Make that call today to start your 2% listing, where you'll keep more of what's yours and save big, sell bigger.
Hello everyone. Today we're going to be discussing why our company decided to advertise the list side at 2%. In the past, I've allowed my agents to negotiate with their sellers and come up with a percentage that they would charge and then share with the buyer side. With these new changes, there would be some temptation for our agents to be all over the board with what they would discuss with sellers. So as an owner, I had to find a way to establish, a bottom that we could live with and maintain profitability, but also be delivering to the public something that's uniform. We wouldn't have, for instance, one agent saying, we're going to be at this rate, which is much lower, and then another agent saying we're going to be at this rate, which is much higher. So in my trying to figure out what that rate might be, I started thinking, why would a jury in Missouri, think that the way we've done things for, near 100 years is not the way we should be doing it? And why were they so upset with our industry? Because if a jury is finding that we're not doing things right, they're upset with us in some way, is the way I would see it. Now, of course, that's my opinion. And in thinking that way, I come to realize in the last 5 years, we've had approximately 20 years of appreciation in our housing. Now, this is just residential that we're talking about as far as our rates, as far as these changes. We're not talking about land, we're not talking about commercial. This is residential listings. That we've had this, just incredible appreciation in homes. So, a home's value, in some cases, we've had homes that have gone anywhere from 50% to they've almost doubled in price over the last 5 years. So when you have that type of appreciation, then of course with our percentage and what we've been charging, it's going to be far greater. If the house has doubled, math tells us that our income has doubled as well. So when evaluating that, I realized, the public has, they've probably become a little upset with us because, in 5 years you've had this appreciation and you've had this increase in our revenue stream in real estate as a result of it. So I started doing a little math. What could be a bottom that would maintain profitability for our company, be fair for our agents, and be fair for our customers? I looked at 2% being that number. And when I ran the numbers on some of our historic sales, what I found is on the same house Now, of course, that house is worth more and has more, a bigger price today. But on that same house, 2% was more today than 3% was 5 years ago. And it'll also kept my revenue stream with my company to where it would keep up with inflation. I mean, of course, we've got to be mindful of that to stay in business. But the more I looked at it, 2% was a fair number. Now, that's with this market and this type of appreciation. You fast forward 20 years, if we remain pretty stagnant, that may change. Like all things change. But this change of 2% to accommodate this rapid appreciation that we've had is our way of helping our customers with the inflation that we're seeing in our economy right now. And I feel like that it's a fair number for us. Of course, if we have a listing that requires more work, the seller requires more advertising measures, larger signs, 3D tours. We've got to, hire outside photography, drone videos, those kind of things. Of course, we may charge more on those types of listings because things are negotiable. The 2% is your cookie cutter standard listing where, we take pictures, we put it on the MLS, we put a sign in the yard, and we do the things that realtors do. Items that go beyond that, of course, we may charge more for those. It is on a case-by-case basis. But this is the reason in a nutshell that we have done the 2% as our listing side going forward with these changes. I hope that gives clarity as to why we went this way. Again, I'd like to thank folks for watching this video. Thank our customers for giving us the opportunities, as you always have, for us to help you. And we're going to continue to do our best to adjust to this ever-changing market and economy. Now, our next video, we'll be discussing the buyer side of the transaction and hopefully giving some tips to help buyers and buyers agents when making offers and approaching listings going forward in the future.